And the death of Big Barry was brought to you by the Iscariot organization. Anyway, going live in 3, in 2, in 1.
Yes.
Hello, guys and gals, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Tyranny of Dragons. I am Dr.JWolfenstein, your master of dungeons, your king of the universe, or whatever else, you want to call your dungeon master. I am so very sorry for the sporadic scheduling. Unfortunately, due to, the nature of COVID, I was sick, too sick to run one session, but well enough to run the other. I mean, it's just been an absolute mess. But next week is Seas of Odari, and that will be going off on schedule. And I hope you all are prepared and ready, and I hope you forgive me for the long absence. But before we begin, we have some amazing people to, talk good about. First is the Bearded Bard and his shop at Tri-Peak Goods. Of course, if you follow the Bearded Bard on TikTok, you can find all of his links, one of which is a link to get him to run a D&D campaign for you. Do you want him to be a DM for you? Do you want him to run a one-shot, a full campaign, a module? Whatever you want, he can do it. Simply follow him on TikTok, the Bearded Bard, and you will be able to get to his link tree, which will provide you with an email link to email him questions and concerns. And also, if you want a custom woodworking project, that's also the way to go, though you can contact him through here to see if he'll make you a custom woodworked project. I know I'm going to approach him about building a custom Dungeon Master screen. I want a 5-panel monstrosity with different D&D quotes on the front. The very front of which is just going to simply say, roll for initiative.
Oh.
Yes.
I know I still got to send him a bit
Is
more
one of them
money because I
crying
did
as a free action?
No. So the middle one the dead center one will be roll for initiative. The one on the left says when the DM smiles, it's already too late. The third one will say, don't be a mimic. Please don't be a mimic.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
On the little... Oh, go ahead.
I still need to send him like 70
The one
bucks
over
'cause I
here
ordered a box.
will ask, does a 32 hit? And the last one over here will say, don't worry, there's always next character.
Can you have a little one with a little wife beater next to it that asks if a wife beater were a wedding dress? It's just a little tiny one right there. Only if someone looks close enough.
No, Brent should have that engraved on the inside of the Dungeon Master screen, so he never forgets it.
Well, so I want one of them to be completely blank, so I could probably the one right here to be completely blank, so that way I can put my custom DM cheat sheet. I can just slip that on that one, and then the status conditions over here. General cost for general weapons and basic supplies. In the dead
panel
center,
for character information. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I have a fantastic little cheat sheet that I'm actually going to show everybody. This is my
little
fantastic
PDF cheat sheet. Can I hereby vote that we all pitch in to make sure that it is put on the top of it engraved? I love these idiots.
I'm okay with that.
Just to remind him why he DMs for us when we piss him off. At all fucking times.
But anyway, so
just to remind everyone that was not on Ardania, I whacked an archmage with a goat. Just saying.
that was a thing that happened.
I mean, it's not a good D&D session unless you whack a thing with another thing.
Okay, no.
It's kind
so
of
with
the bare
my
minimum.
mind you. With my mind.
So I actually have to get you. I have to actually find a way to share this paid session I had with you guys, because literally it was the greatest session of D&D I have ever played. I am not even kidding a little bit. It was fantastic. So much utter chaos happened that I couldn't even believe what I was doing at the time. And I was like, "What is happening to my game?"
I mean, if you record it, we could always do an off-stream viewing session.
I did record it, and I probably will do that.
What game was this?
It was one of my paid sessions.
No, which module or
Dragon of Icefire.
Nice.
And it was fantastic. I loved it. My players all had a great time. It was just wonderful. But
Sometimes you just have to embrace the madness, you know? It's just kind of how it goes.
But
Embrace the chaos.
I mean, my last call session, you're like, I want to blow up the monster. I'm like, okay, we're going to blow up the monster.
yeah, because
Blood for the blood lily.
Yep, blood for the blood lily. That's awesome.
This is what he was running, everyone.
But this is the Bearded Bard and his amazing Tri-Peak Good shop. He is working on an ostrich-sized egg holder. I can't wait to see it and how it looks. I don't know how many eggs it'll hold, but for those of you who have emu and ostrich and want one of his egg holders, well, don't worry. Someone actually sent him an ostrich egg, and he's working on it.
I know he's also said he's willing to make as small as quail eggs.
He has made quail eggs.
I want like 10 of them.
And apparently
No.
World of Warcraft has
Hummingbird.
started an update. Also, everyone, please remember to support the Blizzard staff and their walkout today. Please do not play any Blizzard titles. I personally love Blizzard to death, but Activision needs to get their shit together and support.
Don't buy anything.
Just don't buy anything and don't play anything by Blizzard or Activision today, because Activision needs to get their fucking shit together. And I'm dead serious, Activision. You need to knock it the fuck off. Anyway,
to be honest, I don't think Blizzard is entirely free of that.
Yeah.
I've been kind of shitty before the Activision thing.
Doesn't that include the new Reignited and Insane trilogy, because that's owned by Activision right now?
Yeah.
I don't touch anything by Activision.
Also,
And
before I forget, for those who enjoyed the Final Fantasy universe, they are also remastering Final Fantasy 1 through 6 and releasing it on Steam at a discount until August 10th.
there you go.
That's cute.
Remade pixel versions and everything.
Yeah.
I know I'll be getting it.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
Also, another project that you should support, the Dungeons of Dragonheim Kickstarter. That's
That is
51
correct,
hours to
because-
go.
Yep, that is exactly where I'm at next there, Mr. Whitehill, is the Dungeons of Dragonheim, created by the fantastic Dungeon Dudes on YouTube. More YouTubers getting into the D&D making universe.
Shit.
They have raised over $1 million. Fantastic, guys.
Funded it in 5 fucking minutes. I am astounded.
I'm not. Are you kidding me?
I mean,
Are you kidding me?
no,
Did you
I mean,
see what we did for the Critical Role? The Legends of Vox Machina. Did you see what we did for that? Almost $10 million in less than 48 hours.
Yeah, I retract my astounded. I'm about fade.
Because believe me, D&D peeps, we're powerful, man. We support good content.
We also have too much money to spend in our hobbies.
Hey,
I
mean,
think
at least
it's more
it's
so
not
we
like
don't have
Warframe
enough.
people who take out loans to buy Warframe stuff.
I mean, let's be honest here. If you saw something you really wanted in coming out in D&D, you'd probably take out a loan to buy D&D stuff.
I didn't say I wouldn't. Shut up. But
Like,
anyway.
I'm here considering bankrupting myself just to pre-order Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I'm just saying. With all its DLC and shit.
Fair enough. But Dungeons of Dragonheim was funded in 5 minutes. Congratulations, us D&D fanatics. We are making changes in D&D. And it has 50 hours left to go. Also, for those of you who are huge fans of D&D Beyond, because again, I always support content. Yep. I always support content and stuff that I use and believe in. For those of you who haven't already, you can still pre-order The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, a wickedly whimsical adventure for Dungeons & Dragons. It will be available September 21st.
That alliteration fucks my mind.
But it is a fantastic carnival setting in the Feywild. So if you're ready to get your Fey on, then I would highly recommend this amazing adventure. And I will probably be running a paid campaign playing this adventure. I'm not going to lie. I will see how in depth it goes and if a module comes out for Roll20, because I will definitely buy it.
Oof, we probably will. To be
Next,
fair.
of course, the next item that will be released this year for D&D is Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. I have been waiting for this for years because I actually have the Dragonomicon from way back in older editions. It was one of the only old D&D books that I personally bought because it was all about dragons. And this is going to have all kinds of work. The UA Dragonborn stuff is getting an official release here. The Gem Dragons are getting their full release in 5th edition. The story about the First World and the role of Bahamut and Tiamat that they played in its creation and destruction. New subclasses, new feats, new spells. Dragon-themed subclasses for the Monk and Ranger, because everybody knows Rangers need more love.
They
Really
do.
liked the what Drac Warden, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Drake Warden.
Yep.
It's
and Way of the
literally
Ascended
copying an
Dragon.
FF11 or the Final Fantasy series, having the Wyvern pet, but
Hey,
it's
but it's
cool.
dope.
I'm
dope.
actually glad to see that homage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And
I
of
want to
course,
do it,
the
so.
hoard of tools and information by Dungeon Masters to design dragon encounters, their lair actions, their fantastic traps and treasures, the different kinds of treasures that dragons collect, and how they store it, because every dragon is different. For those of you who don't believe me, go watch Mr. Rex on YouTube and his fantastic series about what they don't tell you about dragons. And then, of course, it also highly recommends that you should check out more books for even more dragon challenges. The first two, of course, being Hoard of the Dragon Queen and Rise of Tiamat. So, for those of you who are enjoying the stream, we are all about dragons here on Tyranny of Dragons.
Dragon things and dragon-related people that will die very easily, more than dragons. We will probably die at the hands of dragons.
Hey, I mean, if this campaign
we
ends
already
with
did.
all of you dying by Tiamat, I'm okay with that, because that's an amazing story to tell.
It is. I also want to do a quick plug real quick for our lovely DM. If any of you do want to run campaigns and such, and you're going through D&D Beyond to do it, I would highly recommend you actually look up his user page and go through his homebrews. He has plenty of items, spells, and races that you can take advantage of. And they make
And
a
by
campaign much
association?
more fun.
And by
And by
association,
Just like
association?
Whitehill.
Me, because we did our World of Warcraft races together that will go on DM John Wolfenstein's TikTok some point in the future.
I am working to make them now. I have recorded at least 2 of the 3 that I had planned this week.
I will also be releasing some subclasses if y'all are interested.
Nice. But you can get you can pre-order Fizzbands until October 19th. And last but certainly not least, for those of you who are huge Magic the Gathering fans, Strixhaven, A Curriculum of Chaos, comes out November 16th. Make sure you pre-order this because it has amazing spells, amazing subclasses coming out, as well as a brand new player race, the Owlin, the Owl folk who study at the university in the Characters Builder. But it also includes 4 adventures from levels 1 to 10, which I will also probably run as paid sessions if anyone is interested. Have to kind of look through. But play through the book's multi-year campaign, beginning as first-year students who study, socialize, and adventure their way to graduation. So if any of you wanted to play an actual D&D version of Little Witch Academia, Welcome to Demon School, or
I've always wanted
So,
to be
Any
so you're
other
saying we can
school-based
relive
anime.
high school? We can relive high school as magic people.
Yes, you can relive. You can actually be Harry Potter students.
I'm into this. I don't know why, but I'm into this.
I was going to say a lot of people are into this.
I'd be more concerned if you weren't, in all honesty.
Right.
like that Jeffrey bully over. You just go, disintegrate.
Which, again, the School of Magic is in session come November 16th. So make sure you pre-order your copy today. D&D Beyond does have constant sales for their pre-orders as well as the rest of their materials. And D&D Beyond is a fantastic D&D source. I don't have to plug them. Critical Role has done that more than enough. And last but certainly not least, a bit of announcement for myself and my own personal plug. Coming September, Sunday morning, I will be streaming my homebrew world of Aria. Now, this may be a campaign where all my players are actually pretty high level, probably about level 12 or 13 by the time we get there. Maybe a little bit higher, a little bit lower. Or it may be a brand new campaign with all new characters, all of which starting around level 3. I haven't decided yet, and my players haven't decided yet. I haven't decided which characters are going to be there, or which players are going to be there, rather. But it will be my 100% homebrew. Now, of course, it does have a lot of references to Chaotic, Neopets, and all the amazing things that I grew up with as a kid. But I have integrated them into D&D system and into my homebrew world, so I can't wait to show it to you, my amazing audience. And that will begin streaming in September of this year.
From what I dabbled in, if you want something a bit more on the lighthearted side, it's a great setting.
It is. With some fucked up shit in between.
Yeah, there's of course those moments, but for the most part.
I'm looking straight at you, Mr. DM.
What? Just because your character drank a potion and then disintegrated and had his soul burned
Oh
up,
no!
that's not on
No!
You drank
No,
the
I'm not
juice.
not thinking about that. That's totally on me. I live with my consequences, bitch.
That wasn't
So
on
for anyone that would like a quick view into the
I'm
heads of
talking
our lovely
about the
DM and me,
goddamn house.
Which goddamn house?
You know the goddamn house I'm talking about.
Actually, I
Wait,
don't.
did you guys
We're
encounter
starting
Goddamn
players
house
for
with the
things they
false
don't
Hydra in
remember.
it.
Oh yeah, the false Hydra campaign, the false Hydra section. Yeah, that was fun. And then, of course, you got to meet the rumor weed. You still haven't met Fabrilius Minimus, though. I can't wait. It has taken me a long time. Split and Splice are gonna have an absolute field day with that.
Coincidentally, our stream will start 2 days after my birthday on September.
Oh yeah, and I guess it's fair to say that it is my birthday tomorrow, come July 29th. I will be
Which
28
brings us
years
to our
old.
last announcement.
Yep.
So if everybody would like to join in, everybody who's watching as well, anybody who's okay with singing.
Oh,
God.
you're not fucking
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear DM. Happy birthday to you.
Wow, we sound like we're all drunk, and I think I'm the only one
Excellent.
drinking.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
input
beautiful.
delay.
I'm
everything.
drinking
It's-
plenty, but Pepsi won't sponsor me yet. I'm not exactly what people would call advertiser friendly.
I wonder why that is, looking at our group.
Well, we all love you
I
and
feel targeted.
appreciate what you do for us every week, dealing with our chaos.
Well, thank you.
It
and
is.
It is always fun to be playing D&D with friends, because honestly, that's how this whole thing began. Is a bunch of nerdy people got together and got a group and started playing with their friends.
I mean, if you're like us, Bish is even better with family.
Yeah, right.
Dom, the
nerdy
fuck you
group
doing here?
that got together and played with our friends. That's a whole other context. I thought we were playing D&D.
Nothing's more important than family.
I mean, if you want to get together and play with your friends that way, we can do that too. But that's a whole
I
different
mean,
setup, and that,
social
you know.
distancing. We'd have to play together, but 6 feet apart.
Different equipment needed.
I mean, anyway, moving on before we get super
whips are a thing.
demonetized. Oh, Jesus. We're all going.
Those are the funnest episodes, though.
Right?
Last time on Tyranny of Dragons.
Indeed. Our amazing band of adventurers found a gnoll who was fighting a troll. And apparently was out for a stroll.
And then he took a nice little toll.
Yep.
See, he tried to eat Saloon, so I think a friendship with him is null and void.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, Celine's
That was a
friendship
zinger.
with him is null and void.
That was pretty good.
But
Ciao.
Yes, Gar Frothfang is now a member of the party, and he has agreed to follow them. Excuse me. He has agreed to follow them and help them in dealing with their cultist problem. Of course, Serial almost provoked a fight between the party and the cultists, though cooler heads prevailed, much to Rattlegast's sadness. And
We
Rattlegast is
had
still
some
using
Assassin's
his
Creed.
Sonar image.
We had some Assassin's Creed type shit going on over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ezio Auditore strikes again.
Or didn't strike, rather.
Right?
Quite disappointingly.
Once again, foiled.
But with that in mind, our players did indeed continue on their way and were able to get a rest in. Of course, Celine and Saloon had a very interesting night, and some memories and talks occurred.
Or did they?
According to my notes, they did. Or maybe
No
I'm
way.
wrong. I might be wrong. There's 100% chance I'm wrong. But in my defense, it's been 2 weeks. And I've
Yeah,
been
we might be looking
recovering.
at some old notes.
I'm looking at my notes. Yeah.
But there's plenty of time for that to continue on anyway. Because you guys still have some path to go. You guys are still trying to head up towards the Mire of Dead Man and Leylon in order to get to this roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
These ham roadhouse.
And on the bright side, we now have a trap that we could pull off if we can get the dragon cultist to attack us first. We were told last time. Yeah, he did. We were told last time, whichever group starts the fight, he doesn't care. He's ending it.
This is true. However, it does seem that so long as the Red Wizard is with them, the dragon cultists are not going to start anything just yet. But
We gotta sneak a half orc during the night.
But in the meantime, our amazing party of adventurers have made camp, have had a good night's sleep, except for some. Although, Celine, I don't think we rolled for Constitution saving throw yet, so go ahead and roll that for me.
Yep. Because she's gonna play hero.
I need
Hold on.
Jesus Christ, wait.
Sorry.
You know what? Shrek 2 might not have been a fantastic movie, but it had some killer soundtrack.
Also,
I
the doctor's
actually
office
like it a lot more than-
It was playing in Spanish in my girlfriend's doctor's office.
Nice.
Veronica.
It was so weird.
Okay, so White, what I'm hearing is
And of course,
every
Celine
song you
makes
sing
a
needs to
saving
be in
throw.
Portuguese now.
I picked Con as a dark stat. And look at us.
Make an abomination where it's mixed between all the languages you're studying.
Oh, God.
Oh God.
Põe o carro, tira o carro, a hora de Krakenwagen.
I mean, if you
I've
actually
listened to
make
the
it
album.
work, it could be Yoko Kano, so.
Niente tovarishi, yo boy te fode.
I'm just going to stick to my Italian, and I know, like, maybe 3 songs in Italian. But anyway.
Though I'm sure you could sing most anime openings, especially after these last couple weeks.
Well, so actually, the way I watch anime is I watch the opening and closing on the first episode only, and then I skip
And then you
because I got
skip,
20
yeah.
fucking minutes here. I got to get 3 to 4
Same.
episodes done in an hour, and then get all of it
Same.
done in 4 hours, and then get on to the next one. But anyway, that's not
Shame.
important.
You're like
Shame.
Did you
first
just say
episode, see the
meow,
intro.
Callie?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Somehow Celine ends up dead in the morning. We never know what happened.
I guess I'm roleplaying the rest of the campaign as Saloon. Until he dies, because apparently familiars don't disappear.
And then
That is
suddenly
true.
Saloon learned Eldritch Blast.
Yep. That would actually be a lot of fun. There,
and
what
when
game
that
was it?
happens,
There's a
everyone
game where
just
you
looks at the bird.
As someone who played a familiar as his very first D&D character, it's not as fun as you'd think.
I could have a lot of fun with it. It's Saloon. The egotistical. Yeah.
Fair enough.
But think of all the things you could do with
Although I
opposable thumbs.
suppose playing as Archimedes with Merlin as your companion would be a fantastic story.
That would actually be a lot of fun.
We're getting sidetracked as hell.
we are. But
Yes, we are.
Is it-
Sorry.
You're saying this like there's something new.
yeah, right.
So I'm going to assume a 16 passes.
Yeah, so 16 does indeed keep you from gaining a point of exhaustion for the evening.
Cool.
And thankfully, you just kind of sit up on the top of the wagon watching everything go by, so you don't do a lot of heavy work. And that's okay.
Not at all. Hey, and it's a lot of work to keep our party's spirits up.
By the way, who are you casting Gift of Luck on today?
So the crowd will be we're gonna of course pick Rattlegas because he's my friend boy. I'll pick myself, and for my third one, I'd actually like to pick Wolfenite.
Okay.
Oh.
So
okay.
you've got
And-
Wolfenite, Rattlegast, and you?
So Wolfenite, Celine comes up to you. She's showing off her googly-eyed gem.
Googly-eyed gem?
Yeah, the
You
one I
remember the
made for
puppet
the
of you?
show.
Oh, I remember now. Yes. The Google Rock.
Yep. Now, she has stitched something kind of akin to some kind of druid robes to kind of jazz it up. So now it has like a cute little outfit, if you could put a cute little outfit on a rock.
Oh, you totally can.
And she comes up to you with it and kind of pushes it against you as she casts the Gift of Luck spell. But the thing is, it
What?
takes 10 minutes. Because it's
So I'm
ritual.
just awkwardly holding this
So
now.
she's following you around, keeps tapping you with this rock. Like, look at what I made. Look at what I made.
That's nice, Celine. Why are you
No,
keep fo-
see. Look at the details. Its eyes jiggle. It's like you so much.
Oh my
If
god.
it was any other type of clerical character, it would be 10 minutes of following someone around in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost.
Instead, Celine's just trying to make friends.
I'm just gonna do a half-assed attempt and say, "Hey, Celine, you wanna water these poppies with me? We can put the rock down. We can water these poppies."
No. I need you to talk about how we could grow poppies on you because I think you'd look good with flowers.
Okay,
I mean,
not
you are a nurse
poppies.
gymnastic.
Not poppies. And also, I don't know if that's really doable.
I don't know. You'd be popular.
Okay,
Are we
guys,
at a
I'm just gonna,
crossroad?
okay, guys, I'm just gonna do this. We all
Technically,
suffer
yes.
2 points of psychic damage.
Yeah, I'll take 2 points of psychic
Yeah,
damage.
I can agree.
There's gotta be a bard somewhere who uses fucking what is it?
Pun.
Who uses
Shitty
puns?
puns.
Yeah, shitty puns to deal damage with vicious mockery.
Well, just
That's fine.
rename it. It uses the same spell, but it's like just flavor text different.
Vicious pun.
Vicious
Shitty
punnery.
Punnery.
But yes, that's what I'm going to do.
Every spell
Wolfenite.
has a great punchline.
Just call them deadweight puns.
We could keep
Again,
this up all day,
That,
bro.
that's
We-
possibly
we
that,
could.
dude, we gotta add that spell 5th level that is the autocorrect.
Right?
Yeah.
But
But by the way, you guys, if you guys pay attention, Gar has his straitjacket off in the morning. He is he is gathering some mushrooms, some herbs, pulping them all down, and
Toss a
making
coin to your witcher.
his mutagen. He puts it on his little injector, and you see, and his arms and torso bulge a bit, going back to his original physique.
Rattlegas
So-
is watching you very closely
uh,
while you're
As
Well,
Are
you're
we
soon
at a
as
it is off.
crossroad, Brent?
You are
As soon
actually.
as soon as he ends and puts it in the apparatus, he puts it back on.
You guys do wake up, and you guys do see a divergent path. Along the left side is, of course, the high road, which is being worked on and trying to be repaired and reconstructed. However, to the right of the fork does indeed come the long road, which if you took the long road, you could go all the way to Red Lark, Westbridge, to Tribor, to Long Saddle, which, stay right there. I don't want you. Let me bring that to the map.
Over to the city of Mirabar, then we have to go to Luskan and then south towards Neverwinter. It'd be a fucking long way.
And that is why it is called the Long Road. It's almost like they named it that for a reason.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's long.
Long dick style. What?
You take the high road and I'll take the low road.
And we'll reach the wishing star before them, but sad is behind until we meet again by the bonny
Guard
falls of winter.
Guard decides to go ape shit on the disembodied voice.
No, you actually see
hearing
there's a
shit
pair
again.
of squirrels that are jumping from tree to tree. One of them has a hat and an umbrella and is very old looking. The other one is wearing a green turtleneck and is actually very chipper.
I
And they're
blink
just
my
skipping.
eyes. And I blink my eyes. Are they gone?
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
What?
Oh God.
No,
12.
No.
they're still there.
I just go up to Wolfenite.
Wolfenite, do you see that?
See what?
Do you see that?
And I just nudge towards west on the squirrels.
You look where
Where-
he's like pointing with his muzzle. You don't see shit.
No, I don't understand what you're talking about.
All right, it's the drugs.
Anyway,
Why? What do you see?
Squirrel with an umbrella. Another one that seems real. It's some fucked up shit, mate. All right, okay. I'm gonna go have breakfast. Bye.
and I just walk away sheepishly.
As you walk past
I
Serial,
love
he
that
is
you have a
singing.
character who literally is on mind-altering drugs that now I can do that shit like that. That is awesome.
And also, that is not socially capable. Most of my characters are.
That too.
I must do a thing now. But continue. I'll find out how to do this.
Nice.
This man is gonna drug me up. That is gonna be fucking crazy.
But you guys have your meal. You do see Jenna, or Gem, the gnome.
The short last.
Yeah. She is with you guys, and she is kind of sticking to you guys. Jamna Gleam Silver. That's what it was. But you
Nice.
guys,
Do a short one.
It's not Jana, it's Jam. Nah.
No.
yes.
Jamna.
Nah.
Okay, and I'm going to
We were
type in my
pretty
notes.
much in a
Welcome
jam
to
when
the
they came
jam.
up.
Got it.
And
Come on,
Islam,
Islam,
and welcome to the jam.
Sorry, I know that that's my notes. It's always got like some little quirk.
I highly
I-
recommend the original Space Jam with Michael Jordan.
I also kind of do want to see the new ones coming out.
Apparently, there's a
You meant
snake
the
girl in it.
original Space Jam with Lola Bunny. Yeah, that's totally.
The good Lola Bunny.
There's other characters
Right.
in there apparently. I
I'm
actually really
curious
like
to see
the
how they're
crazy
going to be
Lola.
doing
Thank
it
you.
because apparently the new one's supposed to follow the kids of Jordan.
Anyway,
I'm
Interesting.
curious to see how it
Um,
turns out.
I have a question about something that happened a while ago.
Yes.
So, we sort of, maybe kind of
Murdered.
took somebody's life in the woods. And if I remember correctly, our turtle brought them back to life. It was one of the cultists.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to that corpse?
It is
He
no
left.
longer with
The
us.
turtle took all his corpses and disappeared in the night.
Did that when you reanimated him? Did he have his clothes on?
No, we stripped him.
The thing is, we stripped them and gave him.
Have those clothes.
Yeah,
Yes, you would.
Yeah,
you'd
I
you'd
am
have
gonna
to
go look for those. I
because
don't.
we're
I
still in
don't
the
think
back of the
Radagast knows where they are, but he's gonna look for them.
because we
Investigation
get
check.
because we had, I believe we had generic guard armor in the carriage
Yeah,
that
we
we
had
switched
generic.
it out for.
Yeah, we had a bunch of stuff in my carriage, since that's where
What?
we're keeping them.
What do you want me to roll, Brent?
Investigation.
That's a 19.
Easy enough. You do find them. They are made for a human, but you're not a very muscular orc or half orc. You're a little taller than most, but you know.
Live.
Yeah. I'm going to.
You're not you're not Borky the orc, so
I'm gonna put them somewhere that I remember and that is easily accessible in the cart.
easily done.
Sees Ruckus, changes into cultist clothes. Time to murder!
I'm
Way to just give away his whole plan like that, Whitehill.
Um,
Damn, that's why I can't rob banks with you.
Not
Out of-
necessarily my plan, thank you.
out of curiosity, because it was in my carriage, and I've been keeping an eye on my carriage and everything. Would I have noticed Rattlegas coming up?
I mean, if he's not being particularly sneaky about it, sure. If he wants to be sneaky, probably not.
I wasn't. I was honestly being kind of like, I would even say frantically looking for it. Like a little bit of desperation, to be honest.
So for one of the
Rattlegas, my
first times in
friend.
your memory, you see Rattlegast a little panicked, looking for something.
Rattlegas, my friend, is there there's something missing?
No, quite the opposite, actually. I've located perhaps something will help us with our objective in one of two potential ways.
Well, if you require a distraction, just let me know. And as I pat him on the shoulder, I will put the cloud rune on his garb as usual.
Which
And
for our audience at home, Cloud Rune does what?
Runes known. Cloud, the sky rune. This object will emulate the deceptiveness of a giant while wearing or carrying an inscribed object with this rune. You have advantage on sleight of hand and deception checks. And if you choose to activate the rune, you can redirect any attack within 30 feet of you to something else within 30 feet, regardless of range.
That is so awesome.
So that sword just goes. Well, shit.
And Cyril, my friend, I know you are one who can take a punch. And I just want you to know that if I were to, for whatever reason, punch you in the face, I would want you to punch me in the face right back. If you catch my meaning.
Don't worry, my friend. I'll always return a good blow.
May I or may I be not dressed something differently?
And I know I'm usually a little bit cryptic, some might say, but I'm not being cryptic at all. If I punch you in the face, please punch me in the face.
I understand, especially if you're wearing something other than your usual clothing.
Indeed. Indeed.
Of course. Hey, Giggles, how are you doing? And I'll go over to our lovely cackling friend and I'll pat him on the shoulder and I'll inscribe his garb with the fire rune. For our lovely audience, it will double his proficiency with any ability check used with a tool. And if he invokes this rune, he can summon fiery shackles onto an enemy.
Awesome.
Oh, right.
Awesome.
Name's Gar.
And he's like almost curling into a ball like he's embarrassed. Which is very odd for a 7'4" hyena.
After watching you fight a troll yesterday, I didn't think you'd find Giggles to be embarrassing.
Oh, it's not giggles. I'm not used to people.
Well, don't worry. We can bond over hitting things.
I mean, that's fair. What's your name again?
Cereal.
Right.
Also, if you decide you need to hit something, feel free to think of fire and see what happens to them.
It's awesome.
So, Callie, go ahead and roll me a d20.
20? Sure.
Please do.
I don't know how it happened, but I lost my tab. Okay. There we go. 10.
All right, perfect. So you guys travel through the. You guys are traveling throughout the day, making very few stops as you guys are headed along the high road. I need Gar to go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
All right. Let me see what it. Let me just remind myself of my potency drawback. Okay, it's nothing to do with perception.
Mm-hmm.
11.
Well, thankfully that is enough because as you guys are traveling throughout the day, you watch as you see another squirrel. This time, however, the squirrel is hitting itself over the head with a mallet and is walking right next to Wolfenite. He's literally not 3 feet from him and is bonking itself on the head with a wooden mallet.
I just stare at it for like a minute. It keeps going, I assume.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
As you keep
Wolfenite
staring, it
might-
does the lazy eye at you.
Wolfenite might look to your right, please, and tell me what you see.
You look to your right, Wolfenite. What do you see?
Do I see anything?
Roll a deception check.
This is the curse of the buttercorn being thrown back at me.
Just a bit. I mean, he sees something. You're pretty sure, maybe. But I mean, you see something. You're not sure what it is.
I don't know what it is. I think I see. Wait, how'd my mallet get outside? I'm gonna pick up the mallet off the ground.
And I just
Throw it
look,
back in the cart.
I look forward and just lean back in the car, just.
You fucking saw it.
Holy shit!
Hey. As you're looking back at the kite, Celine. You, bird eater.
As you say, Bernie, he just lowers his head, like looks regretful.
Bad dog laughing thing.
It's Gar, if you don't mind.
I don't care what your name is. You don't eat Saloon. He is your friend. Saloon is giving you a death glare, and there's no way you guys are friends.
First of all, Bird, get out of my face. I'm just warning you.
Saloon being like completely fearless actually gives that like you see the wings like tap his chest twice, like the whole "come at me, bro."
Like, I'm warning you, and it's for your own safety. I have a temper, and if you take this shit off me, I will try and bite again if I get mad.
Saloon will behave if you do, and she grabs Saloon, and you could see him like try to thrash and like get away from her as she like puts him puts him aside, and he's just annoyed. You, bird eater, though, I'm watching you, and I don't sleep.
That is true.
That's
You
not-
did notice she was kind of sitting on top of Wolfenite's carriage all night.
You know,
Is that Wolfenite or Cereal's carriage?
She
Double
stays on
Wolfenite.
top
Always
of
on
Wolfenites.
Wolfenites.
Yeah.
Pretty much
God
always.
just looks up at you. You see one of his ears like go down and the other goes up.
Oh,
You
so
know-
I'm sitting with cereal right now.
Yeah.
And your name is Celine, right?
Mrs. Celine. I think my mother would say that.
All right then, Celine. Um, uh, that doesn't sound healthy, and I do drugs. So
Drugs? Is that a thing?
never mind.
Is it like
Just-
alcohol?
Alcohol?
Yes.
um,
Celine is not very good at this.
you see,
That
Gar
doesn't
just
sound healthy, and I do drugs. That's a great quote. Somebody
Oh
quote
my
that shit.
gosh.
As you say that and you don't know what it is, Gar actually wriggles his arm a bit. One of the arm bands kind of comes off, and he shows you like the raw components for his mutagens, which is literally hallucinogenic mushrooms, a blood of some creature that you don't fucking know what it is, and some other solvents and herbs. First
So
of
why
all,
are you flavoring yourself? She
it
gives a
helps-
head tilt.
it helps me when I hunt.
Oh. So maybe I should take some? Because I'm actually not a very good hunter.
No, and he immediately
No.
So, Gar, as you are talking to Celine, you notice that behind her are a pair of squirrels that seem to be throwing acorns at each other.
Gar just starts hyperventilating a bit, like, the squirrels are not real, the squirrels are not real, the squirrels are not real.
Whoa. I am no squirrel, and Saloon isn't a squirrel either. And she's just looking, and she's actually looking with legit concern. Could I actually have her roll medicine on this?
Yes, please, for the love of God.
Because medicine kind of makes the most sense, I think, in this case.
I have schizophrenia, that's why I take drugs!
So,
Uh,
you're almost convinced that he's seeing squirrels, and you're 100% convinced it's because of the drugs he's taking, though you're not sure how to help him.
oh God, and that's on a nat one.
Oh yeah, he's seeing squirrels. It's because he's on drugs, and he even admitted he's on drugs. But you're almost convinced he's hallucinating that you and Saloon are squirrels.
She gets a confused look, and then a slight evil grin kind of covers her features. As she immediately tries to imitate a squirrel or chipmunk noise. Performance, maybe?
Yes.
And I'm going to use my divine or my guidance on this. So, oh my god,
my god!
Do I even need to?
I want you to anyway. You said you were doing it, so do it.
Okay, that's for guidance. So it's a 21.
So, Gar, you're watching Celine, and she makes the perfect squirrel chattering sound that you have ever heard.
Could I do I don't mean to interrupt. Could I do one more thing?
Go ahead.
I would like to cast I forgot I have all these illusion spells.
Oh, no.
I would like to cast minor illusion. Or not minor illusion, God, is it minor illusion? Damn it.
Bringing a whole new meaning to getting trolled.
Oh yeah, you're getting trolled hard by Celine of all people.
Yeah, but the thing is, I know the squirrels are behind her. I don't know what the fuck she's doing.
No, I can cast minor illusion. Okay, yep, minor illusion. And they normally can't make sounds, but I can.
Well, so
And I'm going to have them seem to be having a conversation with each other.
So you then watch as a second pair of squirrels appear they're both red squirrels. One is clearly a female and one is clearly a male. And the male wants nothing to do with the female squirrel and is like trying to push her off. And she's just hugging on him and nuzzling him. And you hear this chattering going back and forth while the other two squirrels seem to be perfectly mirroring whatever Celine is doing behind her. And she hasn't yet seen them.
What in the abyss the hell's had the
Celine just
celestial mountain?
smiles and just says, "Listen here, bird eater. If you try to eat Saloon again, I will be the ultimate squirrel mancer, and you will have no hope of maintaining this." And she points to her head, tapping it twice. "Leave my friend alone."
Right.
The ultimate squirrel mancer.
Right. So, Celine, if I may explain what I was about before the squirrel parade. First of all, no drugs. Bad. No.
I'm already on something that messes with my mind. My memory isn't so great. I've already forgotten that you've eaten Saloon, and then I had to be reminded by Saloon.
First of all, yeah, no drugs. Bad. Second, just drugs are bad for you in general. These drugs would liquefy your insides and would not affect you.
Oh, I actually like my insides. I'm told my heart is really pretty.
So I'm just looking out for you here.
Fair.
Third, once again, I apologize for eating, or at least biting the bird, Saloon, as you called him.
Well, come here and say that. And she has Saloon still in her hands, and she forces him out towards you.
It's very much like a Pocahontas movie right now.
Doing my fucking best to ignore the bird and just look at Celine in the face.
I have a temper problem, as I've told the green man. What's his name again? He didn't tell me.
Green man?
Yeah, the old one. With knives.
Oh, that would be old man Willowbark.
Willow what?
Yeah, old man Willowbark.
Oh, Willowbark. All right.
Or grandfather Green Willow. I think that's actually the name. Either way,
Alright.
that's his
I'll
name.
use that.
Saloon nods at Grandfather Greenwillow.
Saloon says it's a bird-blamed saying, so yeah, that's got to be right.
Grandfather Green Willow. All right. The thing is, I was going to say, and he starts stammering, like he's
I
getting
said
nervous
apologize
because
to my bird.
no,
Gee,
I
friend. Now
I
do it
did-
now, Giggle Dog.
First of all, that's racist. Second,
Hey, I do not care. You tried to eat my friend. And when you apologize to him, Saloon is just looking as uncomfortable as you are.
well, I did apologize, didn't I? And I just nodded.
He nods back like, please let me go, you crazy woman.
I think you're kind of squishing it too hard.
I'm sorry. And she raises Saloon up and gives him just a little kiss on the head. And despite his anger, you see him instantly kind of fade. And he just kind of looks up at her, looks back at you, looks back at her, and then just merely nods. And she's like, he has accepted your apology, which is fitting of a great lord, is what he said.
Right.
Now,
I prefer that the drugs kicked in right about now. Anyway,
out of curiosity, like, where are our characters next to try? Like, can I hear all this going on?
Oh yeah, this conversation.
Celine is
not
making no
quiet.
secret of this.
Okay, so as she says that, Serial's gonna chime in with, all hail the great Saloon, master of his kind.
Celine uses prestidigitation to cast royal fanfare. But wow, that's good. Just faintly in the background. So Gar, was it?
Yeah, his name's Gar. If you don't feel too friendly, you can call me Mad Dog.
No, I won't call you Giggle Dog anymore. And I'm sorry. I just really care about my friends. Can we be friends now?
Yeah, something like
And
that.
you see her hop off hop off the wagon, and she goes in for a hug.
I tense up.
So
Yeah,
he is in a straitjacket, so he can't hug you back.
I
But
thought it was out of
I
it.
have one arm out. I didn't put it
Oh,
back, but I
you're right.
tense up anyway.
Yeah, she gives you a friendly hug. There. We're friends now, and everything's gonna be okay. She says, grabbing your head. She has no personal boundaries.
Very awkward head pats.
But no, she grabs you like on your cheeks, like by the face, and
Oh.
just reaching up. We're gonna be the best of friends.
The thing is, you actually can't muzzle.
Yeah, the best she can anyway.
Yeah, puts her hands on either side of the muzzle.
We're gonna be the best of friends.
Yeah, right. So the thing is, if you see me, getting angry,
Then I'll help you.
don't come close to me. It's the
No,
best way to help. Because if you do, I'll probably hurt you. I don't want that.
you might hurt me, but I'm already hurting a lot in here. She points at her head. And it's all right. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of everybody.
All right, if you don't mind.
As she says, it's all right. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of everybody. I need you to roll a perception check, Gar.
Fuck. 7.
You see the squirrels behind her on the cart doing a royal parade for Saloon. And there's some about her eyes that look off for just a brief moment, but you're like, I'm on drugs. I'm hallucinating today. I don't know what. I'm tripping.
Like the mix I did today was a bit strong.
Yeah, just a bit.
Putting it lightly.
So Gar just goes, just gives a heavy sigh upon seeing the royal parade.
So that's excuse me.
I put the other arm in the straitjacket on tense, and it tenses up.
And you just see Celine's hands go up. Thierry said I shouldn't hug people so much. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
I'm not just used to people, so it's fine.
Well, you can get used to me because we're traveling together. And we're gonna be okay, and we're gonna be friends. Isn't that all right, Saloon? And you see Saloon just go, "Oh God."
Another one.
I look at the bird and share the look of, oh God.
Yeah, you guys are bonding over your apathy of Saloon.
No, this is me being overwhelmed emotionally and going like, oh shit.
The other thing
Celine?
the other thing that you now notice, and Saloon is kind of like, he's taking it in stride because it's clearly how he's meant to be treated. But you watch as these random squirrels that you like, they're not even your illusions. You're pretty sure. These random squirrels are just giving him like a royal procession.
Please tell me you see him too.
She looks back. She looks at. Actually, that's pretty good. You can do magic. Oh my God, you can help me in my shows.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, I do this wonderful story about high-fiving a spider, and then we can have squirrels like helping high-five the spiders. It can be wonderful, and you could be a main character, and we can even cover you being in a straitjacket. I mean,
Right.
I'm coming on too strong, aren't I?
No, it's fine. Celine, can we postpone this for later at night before we go to sleep? I need to have a conversation with the man that threatened my life. Anyway, goodbye.
Threaten your life?
And I just walk away.
Yeah, she's just a little shocked. Huh. What's sleep anyway?
Saloon flies down and like lands on your shoulder and is like watching the squirrels who have now disappeared.
Saloon looks super proud, and he just looks like. And I hear a slight message in my head because we can communicate.
Mhm.
All is right in my kingdom.
Oh, I love
The,
Saloon.
the fact that Gar is gonna slowly become a beholder, whatever he fucking hallucinates is gonna become real.
I love it, honestly, because Celine just saw that and capitalized on it. So the last thing
Fucking
I
a
want to do.
throwaway goddamn reference is now turned into the biggest bit of this episode. I love it.
Hey, roll with it. Roll with the punches.
Right?
So on Celine, the last thing I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna make another drink. I'm gonna have her just go back on the caravan, and I'm gonna have her sketch a picture of Gar and her hugging him.
Okay. Roll
And,
a
him
painter
going like
supply
this.
with a dex.
Yeah, but his expression, when she catches it, she is gonna capture the discomfort, but of just the human touch, and she's gonna add, "I will fix you," in notes. Painter
Alright.
supply, you were
Yep,
gonna
painter
say?
supply, dex.
If I spend more time on it, because since I'm spending so much time on it, is there any way I could spend charisma to make it super flowery, or
Sure. I'll allow it.
because this is all she's doing for the day?
I'll
And
allow
you
it.
know, artistic remarks by Saloon.
Yeah, and guidance and everything.
Yep. And the guy
19.
well, so you're spending all day on it, so it's a 25.
Nice advantage.
Yep.
So
If this
that's
is all
the
you're
last
gonna
thing
do
I'm gonna
today,
do.
then yeah.
Yeah.
Gar, you're gonna go find the grandfather Greenwillow.
Yeah.
All right, he's not hard to find. As he's getting out of Serial's carriage or wagon rather, now having found what he was looking for and put it somewhere safe where he can find it again.
As I see him like get out, and I keep a 10-foot distance from him.
Social distance.
Hi.
Social distancing.
Hello.
Mind if I walk with you?
I don't mind.
Walking? Are we moving already?
Yeah, you guys have been moving for a couple hours now.
But Gar's like stretching his legs and walking beside the carriages.
No, I don't mind.
And I let you start walking, and I'll keep like 5 feet back.
Gar, you see a pair of squirrels walking directly behind Rattlegast. You turn and look back, and there's 2 more following you.
Right. So, just a full disclaimer before anything. If you hear me rambling about squirrels, my dose today was a bit too strong, so ignore it. Ignore that.
You're right next to Serial and Jay's car as you're talking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jay's gonna look down like back at Gar.
Does he
and be
see
like,
squirrels?
Roll a perception check, Jay.
Okay.
Squirrels are materializing. That's my superpower.
Well, I'm quickly starting to think our new companion is a little nutty.
Oh my gosh.
So yes, you see squirrels.
Rattlegas cracks up to that.
You do see squirrels. You see 4 of them. 2 of them following Rattlegast, 2 of them following Gar.
He sees them?
Yep, Jay sees the squirrels.
Oh, good.
The line of you're not
that's
hallucinating yet.
The line of that tracks.
Here's the thing, Gar. You look to see Jay leaning down and looking, says that line.
There's 2 squirrels on his head,
No,
like
there's a
looking
squirrel
as well.
like right next to him on the back of the wagon, looking down over him that he can't see because it's directly behind him.
Right.
And the squirrel just nods, looks dead at you, and just nods.
Oh, great squirrel. Oh, great acorn upon the skies, grant me your power.
Great acorn in the skies, grant me your
You're
power.
worrying me more and more by the second, Gar.
Ah, that was just a remark to myself. Try and make me fucking laugh on this nonsense. Anyway, I apologize for what happened. Talk to Selena about it, and I think the hummingbird is cool with it now.
You don't need to apologize to me about it. I'm glad you apologized to the bird, though.
And yes, the thing. Um, when you asked me if I would hurt your friends, I won't. I can. I probably will if we're not careful.
I will be careful.
As I said to Celine, but she didn't quite understand. Muzzles off, jackets off. When I get angry, I try to hit something, whatever it is. I can't control it.
Is there a convenient way to snap you back to your senses? Something I should know about?
Stay away. I'll hit the fucking floor or a tree or a fucking wall. And you see as he says it, like the tag is still there, like bad, like written and banged up. Like there's actually a like a puncture in the middle of the A. Like it's been through some shit.
Rattleguest, go ahead and roll me a history check.
History.
He would have
Pajow.
some kind of
7.
So
Or maybe not.
no, you've been around. You're old enough and you've been around enough to know that there is a group. There's a couple of them, but the one particular group is a group of monster hunters. They use unorthodox methods to kill threats, very monstrous threats. Trolls, magical monsters. The most famous example is they slaughtered a whole pack of werewolves in some location. There's various exploits of monster hunters, but all of them tell of these monster hunters being unsociable at the best of times. Some of them being downright crazy and could be a danger to themselves as well as everyone else. You've never met one. You've never really seen them in action. But if what Gar is saying and the doses that he's taking, and you saw him make the dose at the beginning of the day, if all that's related, or maybe it's related, it would explain why he is wearing what he is and why he acts the way he does. You're not quite sure if it's a he can help it kind of thing. You're also, in this talk, you haven't gotten much information.
And thing is, I cannot control it. I don't know if I will be able to in the future. If I fucking try. But while I can't, that's why I wear this. Also, you ever been to Dragonspear?
Have I?
Roll a D100.
I believe you guys passed through there in the voyage up here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys have been to Dragonspear. You guys passed right through it.
Yeah, so we just came from there.
Right. There's this group of right bastards that when I was a pup called me. Didn't kill me. Just my fucking luck, eh? A knoll, and they decided Well, let's not fucking murder it on sight. They decided to capture me and put me in the pits. And he stops himself, and you see, like, he starts getting a bit mad and starts straining a bit against the straight jacket.
And you're not there anymore.
I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw right now.
Please do. With advantage.
17.
Grandfather Greenwillow is right. You're not there anymore. And the state that you left there, you got most of them. Or at least the ones who mattered. It also doesn't help that there's a squirrel snarling and seems to have foam at his mouth and seems to be kind of like scraggly messed up. Just kind of imitating you on top of one of the wagons.
As I take a deep breath. Yeah, you're right.
That squirrel pulls out a cookie and is eating it very happily.
I would go for some cookies right now. What?
You hear that comment, Rattlecast?
Mind works in a very interesting way, doesn't it, Gar?
It's something. I wouldn't call it interesting. I'd call it a fucking mess, but yeah, I have my
Fucking
moments.
messes can be interesting.
Just saying. Just saying. I was curious how much you cared about the hummingbird. It has a force of personality that smells like magic.
The hummingbird is a friend. I care for the girl.
Something special about the bird. It doesn't smell right.
I don't quite understand it myself, but he seems to be some kind of conduit for the being that grants Celine her powers.
Well, that's fair.
He is a dark and ominous god.
Rattlegast, as you say he is a dark and ominous god, go ahead and roll me a intelligence check.
Intelligence. Well, I'm pretty smart right now.
He is not correct. She.
Well, I said he, but I was thinking they.
Yeah.
Or wait, she?
The presence that you feel from Saloon is definitely the presence of a female. You're not sure why you know that or why it feels that way, but it is definitely a almost matronly or motherly presence. If it weren't for the fact that it is tainted by something.
Well, I'm pretty sure Rattlegast knows his way around the ladies.
Why did you say it like that?
I'm imagining Cereal also leaned out.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, he was. From
You
Chowder.
pulled a Chowder reference here?
Yeah, of course.
I've been
always.
dropping
Why
a
wouldn't you?
Maniacs reference. I just dropped an Over the Hedge reference. What are you complaining about now?
And those went over my head.
By the way, I'm just imagining that Jay like leaned out to see the comment from the squirrels, and now Cereal's also leaning out and saying that shit.
Actually, that's a good question. I'm curious if I'm seeing squirrels now.
I mean, to be 100% fair on the reference thing, I mean, Chowder is basically a D&D campaign where everybody took the culinary feed at level 1.
Fair.
There.
Not even wrong.
And one thing, I hope that way. I hope. Listen. Common, please come to me. And I hope that Grandfather Greenwillow, we can be friends. At least tolerate each other.
Rattlegast looks at you. What's the right way to describe this? A little
The
bit
what the fuck
surprised.
look.
A little bit surprised for a second, and then kind of sad. Kind of looks down at his feet as he's walking for a second.
Something wrong? Because if you don't want me to call you that, so it's cool.
It's all right. I don't mind what I'm called.
Right. Well, remember, if you don't want to be my friend, at least tolerate my...
If Celine accepts you, I accept you. It doesn't mean I'm not going to be cautious, and it doesn't mean I won't kill you if I have to.
Bloody fucking hell. I came here just to first tell you that be cautious about me is the first thing you should do.
But to be completely honest with you, we're outmatched and we're outgunned, and we can use a giant, mad beast that can destroy things.
He actually giggles at that.
Serial, Jay, and Gar, you all hear chittering squirrels as he giggles.
Oh,
The
goodness.
squirrels. The squirrels.
They
They call
quick
to
thought, real
me.
quick. How big is Gar?
7'4" with the hyena hunch.
Oh, okay. Now, follow-up question: what's your weight class looking like?
I'm medium.
He's a medium-sized creature, but I mean,
I'm curious because I was just thinking about it. I use Giant's Might. I get stronger. We've had the conversation about yeeting a gnome into an enemy. What about yeeting a hyena?
I mean, you certainly can try.
I mean, at my size, I'm weighing what? 260 pounds plus gear?
I mean, shot putting a hyena sounds about right.
I like the sound of this idea.
And by the way, the fact that when you get high level, we can both be big.
You can one-up mushroom someone else.
Yeah, and we just go grab forearms and do the fucking helicopter move and each other. Anyway, Gar just goes.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure why this idea popped into my head. I just loved it.
Gar just goes.
And if you need me to throw somebody a bat, I'm your pup.
That might happen sooner than later. In fact, it would optimally happen as soon as possible. If a fight breaks out, the more chaos, the better. I think it's obvious who our enemy is.
But by the way, Gar being a blood hunter, hunting most of his life, he knows a killer when he sees one.
Oh yeah. It is.
I just.
So here's the caveat to that statement. You know a killer when you see one. How he kills or what his flavor of killer is anyone's guess. But you recognize a trained killer when you've seen one.
Yeah.
And in this particular party, the only one who matches that exact description, the way you know it, is Rattlegast.
So,
though Jay, you would qualify as a harmacist.
Is a practitioner of the killing arts.
A
What would that
harmacist.
qualify Serial as?
That's actually pretty good.
You're a soldier.
Just soldier type? Okay.
But
You've
Gar
played
actually
a soldier all game.
Yes,
Gar leans down,
quickly kind of getting more angry at dragons.
gives the sniff.
Who are you hunting, man?
The one who stopped the argument yesterday.
You do remember the man in red.
The red one?
Yes, the red one.
Right. Well, him being as scrawny as he is, I'm assuming he doesn't do. And I just nudge, and you see my sword on my back clank.
Clank.
He is formidable. Do not underestimate him.
Yeah,
But
I've dealt with magical creatures.
the
Jeez.
real problem is his numbers.
Well, I think me and the giant fucking elf, as I raise my voice, and I'm like, dude, that's cool. Can handle a bit of that.
I would agree and certainly hope that that will be the case.
Also, I know my way. And, I kind of bite my tongue a bit, and your vision goes dark for a bit.
Interesting.
Yeah, just for
Like
a
for
bit.
6 seconds. For 6 seconds.
Yeah, for 6 seconds the world goes black. But he did have to bite his tongue to do it.
I can do that sometimes a day if I focus.
How far away does someone have to be for that?
I actually stop, sit down, scratch my neck with my leg.
Wait
Get
until the
back
right
up.
distance.
Get back up, run back. About 30 feet.
Is it magical?
No.
Hmm.
It's basically me using a bit
If
of
if you
ritual
see
to
something
manipulate.
breaking out, and you can get within 30 feet of the red man, do it.
Well, if he's trying to, for example, blow you up with a fucking ball of fire, he won't do much.
Good to know.
Basically, what I'm trying to say: attack roll good, saves no.
What you guys do, you guys continue on for the rest of the day. Nothing much.
How are my drugs coming along? Speaking of drugs,
Roll me a. You're using a poisoner's kit, yeah?
and herbalism. You had me roll both last time.
Yep. So go ahead and roll them again, querying intelligence.
Can I query wisdom?
Yeah, you're a monk. You can inquiry wisdom.
And a doctor. I mean, either.
I'll give you wisdom. Okay.
That was querying. Fascinating.
They'll be done if you put some work into it when you camp tonight.
Yeah, no, this is what I'm working on the day to turn the poppy seeds into milk of poppy.
Yep, and it'll be done with a little bit more work tonight when you guys camp out.
Yeah.
And stop for the day.
By the way,
Right, no,
we don't have alchemist
I want to get
supplies
those
in the
rolls
party,
out of the
do we?
way.
Huh?
We don't have alchemist supplies in the party, do we?
Not alchemist supplies, no.
Yeah. Might need to get some.
You have mason's tools. You have a poisoner's kit. You have a herbalism kit. You even have a med kit.
Yeah.
I think
We have
Celine.
two.
I think Celine has a med kit. Oh,
I
We
do.
have some smith's tools. We have, I think we have like 2 or 3 thieves' tools kits.
Yeah, we also have like a disguise kit or 2 around.
Yep. Yeah, you guys have a lot of kits, just not alchemy supplies.
Yeah. It's
but-
because I just
Well,
realized I'm
I take
proficient
that back. I
because
don't
of
think I
Blood
actually
Hunter.
have a med kit. I should, but I don't see one.
Did you use it?
I don't think so. I know I got 2 of them from the one.
They're healer's
gentleman.
kits.
Yeah, you should have
Yeah.
a healer's kit.
I should have a healer's kit. I don't know why it's not on there, but
Go ahead
I
and add
definitely
one.
should have one.
Yeah, I know you've bought one.
Yeah, because I tricked somebody into giving me one.
Yep. But
I mean, we were friends.
the rest of the day goes by pretty uneventfully. You do notice one thing, though. The actual bodyguards, or actual guards that are dragon cultists, have not come anywhere near you since yesterday. They are all kind of herded by each other, and the Red Wizard, anyone who seems to get too far away from them, the Red Wizard seems to be bringing them back, along with the leader that they had with them. They are giving you guys a wide berth, and you're not quite sure why. You're also not quite sure, what they're doing other than following orders. Even the workers, who are clearly dragon cultists, are staying with with their fellows. However, the rest of the guards and the rest of the workers seem to be kind of scattered a little sporadically. Don't seem to have any loyalties one way or another, and are definitely just kind of hanging out. At some point, Wolfenite, Jamna.
He is not there.
He
He
is
is
not.
not there.
Okay, then Rattle.
Speak of the devil.
Oh, there he is. So, all right. So Wolfenite. At some point, Jamna does arrive, and as she does, she kind of, just walks up beside you, and is using your cart for cover, and she just goes. So it seems like the Red Wizard has kind of put the fear of death into them. He kind of had a conversation in their camp last night about how, they have a mission and that they're not supposed to fuck it up. So I don't know how you're going to make a move on the road, but wherever we're going, that would be the place to do it.
Okay, then. We're going through this Sword Mountain Pass, right?
Yeah, the Sword Mountain, the high road is the road you're on.
Okay.
And
do you
yeah,
see the
you're going
blue?
along the Sword Mountains. Yes. You guys are
The
the blue
blue
this time.
I can be blue. I can be red.
Dabba-dee, dabba-da.
Never die.
I can be via sky.
Anyway,
Okay.
Gar, after about another hour, you notice that there are no more squirrels. They've just all gone.
Yeah, I re-prepare the dose. Very dial back that 11 to a 6. On the hallucinogenic.
Yeah.
Take a half dose.
Microdose myself. Yeah.
But I mean, hey, they're gone. Finally, Although the
I
last
look,
thing you
I look
remember,
back, there's an army of squirrels.
well, so the last thing you remember about the squirrels was they were following you. They all had little pickaxes. You don't know where they got them, and they were all whistling something as they were following you. And then they just one at a time just started poof, 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 until the last one just kind of tilts his head and looks at you, and then poof is gone.
All 7 of those poofs.
Under my breath, I just go, I'm fucking magic.
But
dial back the 11 to a 6.
Yeah.
Re-inject. Every short rest, I do it.
Yep. And you guys only take about 1 or 2 breaks a day. This caravan is going a lot faster, but that's also probably because they don't have any civilians. It's all workers.
Yeah.
It's all people who need to get to where they're going. But, is what it is.
As we're going, Cyril's gonna be humming a tune. 1,000 rubies, sometimes more, but we don't know what we dig them for.
Nice. I love it. As you guys...
I will now sing the song of my people.
I thought for sure it would be Everybody's Got a Laughing Place.
No, it's just screeches in null.
But
Just remember, if there's any kobolds, take candle.
You naughty candle.
I got a question.
Yes,
Are the dragon cultists in front of us or behind us?
they are now behind you.
Are they the last cart in the last cart?
No, they are dead middle of the pack, but they have put as many of the workers and guards between them and you as they can without being at the back of the train.
Oh, okay. They're gonna do that then. Okay. I'm gonna slow my cart down, and I'm gonna go towards the middle.
Okay.
My goal is I want them to be the last cart. I want them as far away from the rest of the caravan. Saloon, you here?
You
Yep.
mean Celine?
Sorry, Celine.
Saloon is just as much of a character.
Celine,
That's
have you
right.
ever driven a carriage before or a cart before?
I feel like
I
this is
don't
a really
remember
bad
doing that,
idea.
but I'm sure I got this.
Saloon,
Okay.
take the wheel.
When the time comes, I'll let you know.
Wait.
Um,
Oh, but should I do ha or should I do whoa?
Whoa. I think.
go with your heart.
Oh god.
The carriage
That
takes
is
off
such
into the
bad
sunset.
advice, Mr.
Boom.
Celine.
Okay, I'm gonna text the
Go
DM to
with
make
my
sure I'm doing
heart?
this correctly.
Oh,
I-
I want to feed these horses carrots.
The thing is, I'm assuming that I'm with Wolfenite and Celine because I was having that conversation with them. As he says that, I immediately get off the carriage.
With your heart, just immediately off the carriage and go back to the cart with Jaden.
I start walking beside you, and I start watching the Earth Genasi intently.
Like, are you trying to get me killed?
I have the feeling that this motherfucker is gonna go nuclear on this cultist.
Yeah, you can.
Why do you put it in that chat, Matt? You're
Because I always forget and I get embarrassed, okay? Because
Yeah.
I don't use it. It's a druid thing I just don't use.
So
no. Which chat for going? Your BRB message is in the wrong chat.
You put it in the quotes.
Yeah, that was forever ago. Yeah, sorry.
but yes, you can wild shape. The only thing is that thanks to Tasha's and thanks to Circle of Wildfire, you have two other things you can do with your wild shape. Now I will say
Okay.
this: you have used one wild shape today.
Have I?
Oh no, wait! You cast conjure.
That's a
Woodland
level.
Beings.
Yeah, that's a level 3 spell.
Oh yeah, that was a spell you cast.
Yeah,
But
that was a good spell I got rid of.
oh yeah, that was a great spell. But you.
Did this motherfucker summon the squirrels?
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. But
My lawyer says no, so
I would like to I mean,
so
but yes, you do have two wild shapes today, and you can wild shape. I
Okay.
believe you can wild shape into anything of CR rating. I want to say it's either a half.
1/4 or 1/2.
Yeah, it's either half or 1/4.
But
But also it can have
has
a
no
swim
swimming speed.
No, I thought it
I
had
believe
swim speed
level
now.
5 you cannot.
I don't need a
think.
swimming speed. That's fine.
And
Yeah,
you cannot fly.
Oh no, right? Yeah, you're still.
that's
level,
fine.
so.
I don't need that.
No flying, no
Um,
swimming, but yeah, you can wild shape into an animal.
Can I cast a spell while in wild shape?
No,
No, that's high levels.
that is much higher level magic.
Okay. How long does it take to get out of wild shape?
An action, I believe.
An instant.
Oh. Okay, so I'm just gonna practically be using both then in order to do this. How would you describe the road ahead, or the trail further ahead? Like
So-
along, it looks very California on the cliffsides coast.
So right now, the trail is still very flat, and you're only starting to get up into the hilly country.
Mhm.
But your caravan is going to stop for the night before you start onto the hilly country.
Oh, before you go to the
Nah.
mountains.
Right.
Matt, are you gonna
Okay.
plant growth these motherfuckers?
I'm just gonna do a Californian mudslide on them, okay? They're the last in a
Wow.
pact. No one can do anything if the cart's over the edge into the ocean.
Well, so
They're just gone.
here's the thing: as you give Celine the reins,
Mm-hmm.
Celine, what do you do?
Well, again, she doesn't know exactly what's going on, so
Well, he said
I'm going to.
follow your
Oh,
heart.
go ahead. Yeah, follow my heart, and but she's just gonna. This is Celine we're talking about, so I'm trying to think about what she would do. I think she would just wait, honestly, because she's being told to just be ready, pretty much. Um, yeah, that's exactly how I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that she's just pretty much ready to go. She's just more on the alert. And then she's like, Saloon, what's in my heart? And the bird just looks at her and goes, Lady, really?
Um,
But I have one, right?
Oh
And
my
Saloon
god.
just goes, oh god. You see one wing touch the forehead.
Oh god.
We're going to... And all she can hear is, my kingdom will crumble.
one thing,
By Saloon.
that is that you do know there, Wolfenite,
Mhm.
because Celine hasn't slowed the cart down at all. She's kept it the same pace and the same
Yeah, she has
location.
no clue what's going on, so.
You do see that Ardred is kind of in the middle of the pack, and he's kind of walking, kind of in the middle, keeping an eye on things,
Runaway workers and shit.
pretty much. He then looks to you guys are then you get to a point where you're gonna stop for the night.
Yep.
And as you all stop, Ardred kind of clears his throat. So, from here on out, it is going to be very precarious traveling. We are going to divvy up. I forgot that was what Mason changed his thing to.
Okay.
We are going to divvy up workers and wagons. There's enough workers and enough wagons that we can have workers riding on the wagons for this next stretch of the journey. And he kind of begins to assign people to wagons.
Celine is very excitedly
Oh.
motioning people over.
Not Matt. Mason just dropped. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
but
Give him a minute, I guess.
you guys are assigned about 4 workers, 2 to each carriage. You also
Mhm.
notice that scattered throughout all the carriages, not just yours, are other workers. However, the dragon cultists are scattered on every carriage but yours. They have been assigned or have gone to any carriage but yours. You guys have some, just regular workers. But
Okay.
but you notice that they are mixed in with normal workers. There are normal workers riding their wagons.
Ah.
Hey Matt,
Um.
what's some collateral?
Oh shit.
he says we just
Ooh.
lost power.
Um.
Uh-oh.
So if I lose power, you know what happens then?
Yep.
Mason, are you back or are you on your phone?
I'm assuming on phone.
Or
From
did the
the
wall
delay.
outlet go out again?
Well, in the meantime, we will continue. But so there is now, unfortunately for this stretch of the journey, there is now collateral damage that will happen.
God
If
damn it, of
decide
course.
to mudslide someone.
And you said it's nighttime again?
Yeah, you guys are taking a rest.
Oh, bring out how many cards do the dragon people have?
Let me take a look.
How many cards do they have originally that belongs to them?
Like just to see how many innocent people will die.
So there are 6 supply wagons, not including your 2. So there's a total of 8 wagons in the train. Only 3 of them belong to the cultists.
Only 3 of them belong to the cultists, and they said like two workers went on each carriage from the normal ones.
Two from the normal workers for your carriages specifically. There's a random assortment of them scattered throughout the other 6. There's also 12 escorts, including you guys and Jamna. So there's only 5 other escorts, only 2 of which are not dragon cultists. And then there's 24 laborers. Now, you're not quite sure how many of them are dragon cultists and how many of them aren't. You know for sure that 4 of them aren't.
Oh, so that'd be a lot of innocent people dying, Wolfenite.
Yeah, I gotta go through my spells and just anything I can do.
Do you have selective genocide?
No, I wish I had your nonsense. No.
Oh no. So we're setting up camp like right before the foothills and the more precarious rocky roads along the coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How we could do how much milk of poppy I get while we're waiting for Mason.
Roll a d10.
A
I'm also
D10?
gonna be.
Yes.
I'm gonna be scanning the cultist guards, and I kind of want to get like a generalized info of like what races are they?
Oh, they're
what
all
are
human.
They're all human?
Yeah.
Skin complexions?
Various. They go from pale to dark.
Okay.
And everything between. The dragon cultist guards, there's one for every wagon except for the one that Ardred is on. So there's 12 of you escorts. You guys account for half of those escorts. Jamna accounts for the 7th. So there's 5 escorts left. There's one for each of their wagons, and then there's a guard on the other 2 wagons that are on 2 of the other wagons that aren't in the train. Ardred is acting as a guard on the last wagon in the train.
Right.
The workers are spread out, kind of clustered around all 8 wagons.
And the dragon
And
cultists
some of them
all
are
have
riding and some of them aren't.
Yeah, some of them are dragon cultists, some of them aren't.
No, I meant are some of like we got 2 that are riding on the carts with us, but are there more on foot?
Yes. Well, so all the workers have been on foot up to this point.
Okay.
Yeah. But will anyone be on foot through this next part of the
Hold on.
trek?
It's not likely. At least not for some of or most of this next trek. Ardred seems to think that this next part is going to be pretty precarious, and he's assigning people to wagons to stay by and to ride on.
In case of issues.
Right.
Yeah.
I also kind of wanted to peek at the uniforms and just see if I can tell any differences between like roles, rank, if there's any like individual identifiers on the uniforms, anything like that.
On the
And
yes,
and to be fair, I'd be helping Radagast with that because I have a plan as well.
that's fine. The only person who looks different is the Red Wizard.
Okay.
And that's only because he is wearing red. Everyone else is pretty samey. All the escorts are wearing simple black leathers. They have weapons on them. There's no uniformity to their weapons other than some of them have bows, some of them don't. And the ones that have bows have quivers. The workers are all dressed in simple spun clothing. Some of them have a sword, but most of them don't. A lot of the workers seem to be carrying like rucksacks that are their property, like a bedroll or a little backpack. One or 2 are carrying a pickaxe that they clearly brought from home. One's even got a lantern on the end of his pickaxe that it's been, he kind of carries around with him as it gets darker.
Is the uniform that I got, is that short sleeve or long sleeve?
It is a short sleeve.
Okay.
The uniform you got, the one thing that you can't salvage is the cloak that was kind of tore up in the investigation, and it looks like it's been torn up. It is the hooded cloak that they attacked you in. Otherwise, it's simple black leather armor.
Are any of them wearing that hooded cloak like regularly?
No.
Okay.
All of the assassins that you killed that night were wearing this cloak. But you haven't seen anyone wearing it since.
Yeah.
Any cloaks that anybody has, Ardrid has a cape with a hood on it, but it's a deep green color with the High Road Charter Company's sigil on the back of it. He's got a little badge, that signals his rank as a captain of the High Road Charter Company.
Are the workers sleeping with us? Are they camping with us? The ones that are going to ride?
They're close by you guys, but
not in our camp.
No, not directly in your camp. And as you guys settle in for the evening, Celine, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw, please, with disadvantage.
Coming up. 11.
Celine, your mind becomes a little foggy, and your eyes fill with stars.
All right. What I'm going to have happen here, if I could. Probably Rattlegas, because he's the most likely. You see Celine by the fire, her head in her hands. Instead of, she's normally on top of Wolfenites. And just jotting things down, doing beautiful things, drawing pictures. Here she is just completely grief-stricken.
Celine, is everything all right?
What have I done? Is all you hear. What have I done?
What is it?
And she looks up, and you can see these stars in her eyes as another bout of possession has taken over. Saloon is nowhere to be found. As he is just, you have no clue where he went. Normally, he's by Celine's side at every point. But here in this moment, he is gone for an instant. You've looked upon my daughter. Celine points at you for a moment. Please, God, is she all right? Is she okay? Is she safe? Am I safe?
You're safe.
Is she?
You have my word.
Everything is so dangerous around us. There's monsters everywhere. A cult. And Tiamat is going to destroy the world. Please, is she okay?
I give you my word. You will not lose her.
I have done horrible things to her. She doesn't remember me. She doesn't remember you. She doesn't remember anyone. Why is the god so cruel? All I wanted to do was save the world from Tiamat. All I wanted was for us to be safe from the Dragon Queen. But nothing is going right. And she holds her head, and you can see specks of blood from where the nails have dug into the daughter's flesh.
Rattlegas grabs your hands and pulls them away from your face.
I'm sorry. Is she? I can't see. I can't know.
It's okay, Celine. You're going to be all right.
And there's a moment of silence for a second as there seems to be an attempt to adjust composure. you hold my daughter in your arms. She volunteered to take my place amongst the stars. She wanted to save her mother. Does she still like pancakes? Does she still enjoy a warm story?
She's the warmest heart I've ever met in my life.
What have I done to her? I'm an awful mother. I'm an awful mother. Please, please. Whoever you are, stranger. She calls you Green Willow. She calls you Rattlegas. She calls you the Green One. She knows nothing of you, and yet she wants nothing but the best for you. She wants nothing best for the world as I did. Can you please, please make sure she's safe? I don't know myself, and I force her to do awful things. I I hate the stars. I hate the night sky that makes us do these things.
In your place, I will save her.
Please do. Something has to. She
It's
she
at this
offered
point.
everything.
It's at this point that the stars twinkle, and there's a change in the manner of this woman. And you no longer sense the worried mother. You sense a disinterested patron, or a disinterested matron, as you now have discovered. And she simply says, "The deal's been struck. Daughter for mother, mother for balance. There's only one way this ends positively. Though another sacrifice to the stars may change our view. The mother failed. If daughter fails, maybe another."
And what happens to her then? The same fate as the mother?
Oh, indeed. The stars are eternal and ever growing. Unfortunately, when one star winks out, another must be born. We are the stars. She is but one star in the sky. But failure can breed opportunity, or success can breed salvation. Depends.
There's nothing in this world that girl can fail at.
Tiamat is powerful. Do enjoy the star while you have it. And should you help it succeed, perhaps salvation, or perhaps oblivion. We cannot say. We are simply the stars to watch and guide. But defeating the enemy of all will guide all of us to a proper path. Celine, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
All right.
These are not the drugs. Holy shit.
Oh wow! Fuck.
Rattlegast, you watch as Celine's book flips open. You watch as faces begin to disappear from different people she's drawn. Her most recent sketch being first. You see Nar and her hugging, and the "I will fix you." You notice the word "fix" and "I" disappear. You notice that the faces of both Celine and Gar disappear. And you're watching as the ink literally comes off the page and disappears into tendrils of smoke. And then twinkle into nothingness. Almost like stars.
This isn't the deal, you bastard. You demon.
It was the deal. The good of all matters far more than the life of a single individual. The memories of a single individual does not matter.
The good of all be damned. And you be damned. I will save her from you.
Try.
Try.
I know of men who have killed gods. Follow our deal.
Succeed. And what is lost can be regained. Fail. And it matters little. You watch as a couple more pictures that you didn't notice that Celine had drawn become foggy and gray, and then the book slams shut. Saloon appears and is looking very concerned as he's flittering on Celine's shoulders. And Celine, this is about the time you wake up. Except
You see,
you don't really think you were asleep.
You see Celine wake up, and Saloon is on her shoulder, and she hugs him very close to her chest.
I think I was still holding your hands, by the way.
Oh yeah,
when
I'll
you
go
woke
ahead
up.
and we'll go ahead and roleplay that. She looks shocked. Little guest, Green Little,
Celine,
sit with me, and she
I-
says with just the beautiful smile, that childish innocence.
I think
Sit
you
with
were
me.
sleepwalking, Celine.
I haven't slept in a few days. That could be a thing. I love you. And oh, I'm sorry. I'm so tired.
It's okay.
And she looks at her hands. Can I have my hands back? You notice that Saloon on her shoulder has given full on. He looks like he's staring at a funeral.
Rattleghast, like, not really realizing he was still holding on to your wrists. Let's go. Yeah, yes, of course. Sorry, I was worried you were scratching yourself.
Scratching? I wouldn't do that. I'm perfectly normal.
Jay, Wolf, and I, you both have overheard and kind of witnessed this going on. Gar, you're a little focused on what you're doing right now.
I have crippling depression.
Yeah.
Serial is busy loaded, making his cart ready. But yeah, Jay and Wolf and I, you have both overheard most of this
yikes.
exchange.
Sorry, I was looking up the power outage issue.
No
So
worries.
Celine looks at Rattleghast. Why do you look angry and sad? It's gonna be okay, she says, and she grabs your head in the same way she grabbed Gar, both of her hands on your face as she puts her forehead to yours. It's going to be everything is going to be okay.
When you say that, Celine, it makes me believe it for a moment.
By the stars above, we have this. And she looks over to the caravans. Besides, we made new friends. A bunch of the workers are following us, right?
I think by the hearts below, we will have this.
She looks confused for a moment. Well, it's all right. If we're covered above and below, we'll be safe. And she just kind of gives this off look for a second. I really miss my mom.
I will stab you.
She misses you too, Celine.
She
She
think
loves you
she's
very
hiding
much.
somewhere because she doesn't like.
She's always with you, Celine.
Here she. And Celine is full on tears now. She keeps sometimes. I'm scared to go to sleep because I see her. And
You
she
see
says,
her.
Mhm. And she says that I love you and that you're doing well and that everything's gonna be okay. Sometimes when I sleep. And I don't like going to sleep because of that. Because she's really sad. And I don't
Celine,
want it.
you see her because she's watching over you.
Is she
She'll always watch over you.
just like you will and everybody else?
Just like I will.
Oh, I don't deserve friends like you.
You deserve the world, Celine.
Nah. There's only so many places Saloon could rule over. And you see Saloon just give a sympathetic shake of his head. And that's about it.
I think you should get some rest, Celine.
Yeah. I kind of want to see Mom again.
I think she'd like that.
And you see her flip open the book for a second as she goes to draw a picture of this conversation that we're having. And she notices that everything is almost gone. The book is almost completely empty this time. Faces are gone, parts of memories are gone, words are gone, notes is gone. Everything is just gone. And you see her look at it and she's like, "Oh, I wasn't keeping up on my note."
That's okay. I'm sure we can all fill it in together.
Will you keep some notes for me this time? And she offers her book to you with the pen.
Rattlegas takes it.
If you would like
And
to
he-
attempt to draw something, you can roll a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand, okay.
Okay, just the quickest stuff. You have advantage on that because of the cloud rune, by the way, just to remind you.
Well, you have advantage on that because of Celine, too.
Yes.
Yeah, and also, can we just go? Fuck Tiamat! Let's go kill a star god!
I know, right? That's the whole point of this demon, was to use a girl as her catalyst. A common, everyday girl.
So, he is going
Tiamat
to...
can wait! Who cares about the prime material?
Rattlegas is going to do his best to draw Celine leaping and what he would imagine an older Celine looking like floating above her, watching her sleep.
Okay.
Aw.
Well,
That's a hell of a draw,
Celine.
even without the proficiency.
Yep. Celine, you realize that maybe in another life, or maybe in his younger days, Grandfather Greenwillow was somewhat of an artist, because you can clearly see you sleeping,
Or Picasso.
and you see someone who it looks kind of like you, but older, more motherly, and is kind of looking down at you. It's a very
And
beautiful piece of work.
Just like style-wise, I imagine it being kind of like straight edge-ish. It's not very like eloquent. It's kind of like rigid lines with like
Stick
shading
figures.
and stuff. Not stick figures, but like it looks very like
rough.
no,
A bit
technical.
rough. Oh,
Like
technical, okay.
Yeah, just not soft. That makes sense.
Utilitarian would be a good way to put it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very.
He's
What I would
someone who
like-
learned to draw out of necessity.
Yes.
What I would like to do.
Did this man stab you? Oh no. Okay.
What you would like to do?
So you see Celine, after Rattlegast does that, she rips the page from her book and hands it to you. Don't let me lose this.
Why lose this?
Everything's gone. And I know something's wrong. So don't lose this. Please.
Rattlegast folds it up and puts it in his pocket.
Thank you.
Can I keep one of these pencils?
Sure. I've got plenty of ink. And she hands you like a cute little feather quill, and you can tell it's definitely Celine's because it has needless ornamentation on it. And you can tell there's ink on the top of the feathers where she has like gotten an enthusiastic idea of using that as a paintbrush and this and that.
Rattlegast tucks it away in his pocket.
And you know, I don't know why. And she takes the, even though you have the paper, she takes the spare inkwell and she writes on the back, "It's not too late." I feel like somebody's telling me that. And she just smiles, and that same friendly smile. So, Rattlegast, are we gonna get some pancakes in the next town? And you just see her wipe her eyes for a moment. A little bit of ink smudging her right cheek. Because we're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
Let's go kill her
We're
first.
going to be okay, and there's a 100% chance of pancakes in your future.
I really would enjoy that. Sometimes I crave waffles, but I feel like that's a lie.
They're better,
Waffles are a lie.
but that's okay.
Waffles are a lie.
Normally it's the cake, but now it's the waffles.
What, you don't like gritted bread?
Riddick bread is exactly the right
Gritted-
word.
Gritted bread. I'm going to stab you, Matt.
What?
And she just looks up and gives just a happy smile. I feel like they're so much brighter tonight.
It's breakfast grids. Get it right.
Oh, you're right. Correct.
That's
Breakfast
because they're
grids.
being snoopy.
Snoopy. She just gives you a head tilt.
Meddling into other people's business.
I don't know. I think some of them like to take care of us. And particularly that one. And she just points randomly at the sky. You cannot tell what star she's pointing at amongst the millions. That one is good.
Are you sure it has to be this dog? Yeah, he's good. I could tell.
I'm just imagining Rattlegast has the energy to go, no, the stars are definitely not busing tonight.
She just looks back and you see Saloon tap her on the nose with a wing. And you see her go, "Yeah, I need to sleep. But I'm safe in your kingdom, right, Saloon?" And Saloon gives a nod.
At that, Celine, sleep overtakes you. And you kind of fall asleep on Rattlegast's shoulder.
You hear her snoring. She is full on out.
Rattlegast doesn't move a muscle.
Like when you
Wolfenite,
have a cat on your lap.
kind of.
Yes.
Wolfenite, Gar, and Jay, what are the three of you doing?
I am very awkwardly looking at the workers that are nearby, and I'm like, do I go over there? No. and then I went up going and sitting by Wolfenite and Jay.
I have a child spying on me through my window. It's adorable.
Hi.
See, you're a lot more calm about it than I'd be.
Oh, she ran away. She's my neighbor's kid.
Oh, okay, at least you know who she is.
Barely.
Gar,
I just know they
Gar,
live next door.
fair. Gar sits down by Wolfenite and Jay. He actually feels kind of relaxed, so he takes off the accoutrement. So takes off the muzzle and the straitjacket. And I will be fucking honest, even through the fur, this hyena is ripped.
Not a strength build, no.
I don't have 22 strength. What the fuck are you talking about? Mutagen.
1 second, there's a conversation going on in the background.
Oh yeah, they're yeah. But you sit down.
Hi.
Hi.
I just
Hi. How are you fellas?
Just to look up at the really tall no, even sitting next to me, he's way bigger than me.
How tall is Wolfenite?
Definitely know I'm normal sized. Let me see how big normal sized is.
let me see how big normal is.
I'm only 5'8".
Where do they put it?
It's on bio. If you wrote it down.
Supposedly.
I know
On
I
your
did at one
character
point,
sheet?
but I cannot find it.
No,
I'm gonna.
so on character sheet, you know where it says core and spells? There's a bio between those
Yeah,
two?
yeah. I know I wrote it down at one point, but it's not there, so I'm just gonna say I'm 5'11".
Yeah, so Jay is the shortest one of these.
Yeah, by a
Is
good
like
margin.
Rattleghast and Rattleghast sitting across like the fire pit from us, I imagine.
With a Selena on his shoulder. Yeah.
I'm sort of trying to fall asleep, but also leaving one hawkish eye staring at Gar.
So
I murder all of. I mean, what?
I murder all of you while you sleep. So after the moment of Celine is clearly asleep and we start hearing the slight snoring
Yeah.
from Celine, Jay's gonna take off his mask for the first time fully.
Holy shit, you have
Oh.
a face?
Yeah, no, it has the look of chemical burns?
Ooh, yeah.
Like chemical,
I'm gonna-
acid, that kind of
Politely
look,
look away.
all across the face and as he grabs the plate of food, because usually he pulls up the mask like this, so it's just sitting here.
This is the way.
And he looks and says, "All right, now we have an entire other god to kill, not just a cultist. Great."
Yeah, so how about fuck that 5-headed bitch? Let's go kill some star god.
I will say, Gar, you didn't hear much of it. You just heard Rattlegast and Celine talking in hushed tones.
I heard the comment about stars, so I'm like, fuck you, stars.
That is true. You did hear that comment loud and clear.
And just, all right. So we have that, and I slide the mask back down a little bit so people don't have to look at the chemical burns
So
and go
people
to
don't
eat
have
whatever
look at me.
people.
I actually put a hand on your wrist.
Leave it, mate.
All
I'm
right.
scared. I'm scared as shit. You're scared as shit. No one's gonna fucking talk about it.
Just set it on the stump and eat whatever we prepared. I don't assume it's good. None of us have cook's utensils.
You know. Also, I'm
Well-
a no. So if they talk shit, they get hit.
It is just a simple stew that cereal and cereal can put together, which isn't the greatest thing in the world, but it's
better than
warm and it fills.
rations.
Yeah.
It's better
Equivalent.
than dry rations.
By a hair.
But you guys
Yeah,
kinda
just
sit
talk
ar-
around the fire.
yeah, you just kind of talk around the fire, and then eventually you all take a rest. Do you guys set up watches?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Who's on first watch?
I'll go first watch.
Roll me a perception.
Because I don't have good vision.
Fair enough.
I'll take last watch.
I'll take middle.
Fuck me.
Well,
Later.
nothing unusual happens, although you notice that once the fires kind of start dying down and people kind of start retiring for the evening, all of the people who were assigned to carts actually come over. And Wolfenite, as you're getting ready to kind of end your watch, you notice that your 4 actually come up to you. Hey, I'm James, this is Rich, that's Mark, and that's Matthew. And, we're gonna be traveling with you. Hope your reputation is as good as, well, what we saw the other day. You guys kind of kicked ass with those.
It's like
Is he okay?
sleeping hyena.
Is he okay?
I don't know his
Sleeping
sleeping
hyena.
patterns. I don't know his sleeping patterns.
Well, no, I mean, like, he's not gonna eat us, is he?
If he gets
I
angry,
have the muzzle
stay
on
away.
and the straight jacket while I sleep.
if
By
he's
the way.
angry, just stay away. But I think he's okay.
Alright, cool. And, sorry if we're, intruding, but, orders are orders.
Squirrels.
Squirrels.
Just gonna look back at him.
Mind if we,
The fact that you spent the 3rd level spell to fuck with me, that's dedication.
That's dedication.
see, in here, I thought he had just done it with his, wild shapes.
No, he burnt apparently Matt burnt
Yep,
a 3rd level
Matt
spell.
burnt
to mess
a
with it.
conjure animal spell to fuck with you.
Yeah,
Saw how
Celine
many
only
spells
spent
they
a
made.
cantrip, so I mean, she may have burned you, but Matt set it up.
Yep. And I just bounced off of it like, fucking, I am on drugs.
Yeah, I accept all of this.
So,
But so the 4 introduce themselves to you. You have Matthew, Mark, James, and Rich. They are your 4 commoners, your 4 workers.
What's
Matthew,
your
Mark,
name?
James, and Rich. Okay.
What is your name?
Ezekiel!
Fuck you, Ezekiel! What's your name?
But
Michael. Fuck you.
but they kind of actually like roll out some bedrolls and actually like sleep close to your guys' campfire, and
Yeah.
seem to be ready to wake up with you guys in the morning.
Okay.
Gar, I believe, was the one who volunteered for Middle Watch.
Yep.
All right, so you wake up the hyena.
Just gonna go over and just gonna nudge him.
Nudge.
Yeah. My watch.
Your watch, and also we got some guests. Not the bad kind.
I gave a thorough sniff of all of them while they're sleeping.
Okay. They're all human.
I don't know, just to get their scent.
Yeah, you know what they smell like.
Yeah. So I go over to like stand up, dust myself off. I actually take off the straitjacket and the muzzle. While I'm on watch, I'm in full fuck you up mode.
Fair enough. And you take your watch. Go ahead and roll perception.
So... 16, not bad.
Thankfully, nothing seems to happen. It's a pretty quiet night. You do notice that the rest of the carts and everything, there's kind of a watch being taken. You notice that most of the dragon cultists, both workers and watchers or guards, are all up. The only one who's not is the Red Wizard. He is sound asleep, but he's also like in the middle of their group. You also notice
Do I notice
that,
like any? Do I notice like any of them looking at us?
you do notice one. One is giving you guys just this death glare. If looks could kill, you'd all be fucking dead. But
I mean, some can, but not
I
bears.
match it. I match it back for a couple minutes.
Eventually, he just kind of breaks eye contact, mostly because someone, nudges him. And you notice Ardred is like now up and patrolling, and seems to be patrolling the whole length of the caravan. You see him doing a count of not only carts but also heads. Like he's actually
Yeah.
going through and
See if people ran away.
yeah. And he's got a
Again.
little scroll, and he's got some tick marks. But he kind of looks and sees you and just nods his head as he passes by your campsite after he counts you guys.
All right.
And then your watch comes to an end.
I nudge Jake.
All right. Roll perception.
Yes, please.
Yoke.
And put the apparatus back on whenever it's not needed.
I rolled a 3.
Well, thankfully, nothing crazy happens. It's just a. Oh, I need to change the music. Excuse me. We'll go to that. We'll do.
Dun 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 dun.
Yep. But as you take your watch, you don't notice anything out of place or out of the ordinary. Just a quiet night, all things considered.
I'm okay with that. That seems nice.
Yeah. And you're awake when the sun rises, and everybody kind of wakes up. The dragon cultists and Ardred seem to be the first ones up. Ardred, you only notice that he was asleep again because he does wake up. Quickly after that, though, the dragon cultists are up and moving, and the red wizard seems to be getting up pretty quickly too.
All right.
It is very clear they are on some kind of alert, or that they want to try and keep away from you guys, or at least keep you guys in sight as long as possible. They clearly don't trust you, and you don't
That's
trust
reasonable.
them. So
we don't trust them either.
Right, so the feeling's mutual. But you all wake up. You all get ready for the day. Celine and Radogast, you guys wake up. Radogast, I imagine you wake up first. But you still have a sleeping Celine on your shoulder.
I'm going to try and get up without disturbing her at all.
Easily done for you.
She's just leaning over, book held in both hands, and you see Saloon has stayed up the entire night, and he's starting to drift off a little bit. I don't know if familiars can feel tired. I honestly don't think that's a thing, but whatever. I'm gonna roleplay it as such.
Rattlegas pats him on the head. Good job keeping watch.
He gives you a very solemn nod and just looks back at the girl.
You're doing a good job.
And you see him cock his head and give you a nod of approval, which screams, "And so are you." But he just kind of looks both back and forth and just lets her sleep until we have to add to the last moment.
Yep.
And you guys do get ready for the day. One thing though is that Serial does come and actually put the sleeping Celine in his wagon, so she can continue to sleep as you guys are driving. The other two that are supposed to go on his wagon, he kind of puts one of them forcefully on Wolfenite's wagon, so now Wolfenite has 3 of them, and then the other one he just kind of puts on top of the roof. And that's kind of how you guys ride.
Fair.
As you guys get ready, our druid does speak up. All right, from here on out, we'll be moving single file. Wagons, wagons will go first, and he kind of points to you, Wolfenite. You're in the lead.
Okay.
I will bring up the second wagon, and he points to Serial. You will be third. He points to one of the dragon cultists. You will be fourth. You fifth, which is one of his wagons. You sixth, dragon cultist. You seventh, his wagon. And you last, points to the dragon cultists who have the red wizard on this particular wagon.
So the Red Wizard is on the very back.
He
And you're at the
is.
very front, Wolfenite.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a whole
You
wagon
know-
train between you.
You know, somehow Wolfenite might disappear, turns into a lizard, reappears, and mudslides them off the cliff. Something.
You know, that was the plan. But I don't know anymore.
Well, you do
It's
notice
your-
that all of the cultist wagons, for every one cultist they have, there's one non-cultist.
Yeah, it's your choice if collateral damage is cool.
That's a moral dilemma up to you.
No.
You guys
You
continue on.
haven't brought that plan up with anybody, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Only with one person.
The disembodied voice.
The null boy who was walking with me.
Yeah, he
Did
kind
you
of
tell me?
brought up the I'll sink back, and then.
Oh yeah, he did.
But
I mean, Celine knows she's supposed to be watching the cart, but that's not really happening right now.
nope.
No, you're.
Rattlegas, do me a favor and roll a d20.
Yes.
Okay. So Celine,
Yeah.
you wake up about halfway through the day. And you feel great. Your head's not very foggy. You don't remember any of your dreams. You're not even sure if you had any, but for some reason that's okay.
So Celine is going to be the friendliest of friends to so many people.
Oh, with our new compatriots?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have 4 new friends to make to draw and like be friendly with. Should I roll a performance, a persuasion? Should I be
to try and be friendly with them? Go ahead and roll a. Yeah, I'll give you a performance.
all right? Of course, with guidance. Oh wow.
Of course, with guidance.
Okay, 14 is far better than 11.
You notice that everybody except James, the leader, he's kind of standoffish. The reason he seems to be standoffish, though, that you can tell from just how people interact, is he's troubled. There's something really on his mind, and he's just kind of focused. He is the one who's brought his own pickaxe from home, his own lantern. He seems to be the most ready. He also looks the most beat up. Of all the people who agreed to be workers, he looks the most beat down already, and he hasn't even started working yet.
Do I notice that, or is that Celine?
That's Celine.
So,
The other 3 really like you and are happy to talk and engage with you.
So when Celine comes across James, she's gonna just have her hands behind her back and just kind of like slowly, quote unquote sneak, but it's Celine's version of sneaking.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun,
pretty much.
Da-dun, da-dun,
Her,
da-dun.
her singing the
Ta-da.
Pink Panther theme would be about right.
Alright.
Hey, James.
Oh.
Oh.
Celine. Yeah. Hi. And he just kind of goes back to looking at the mountains.
One sec. One sec.
Oh, gee.
Alrighty.
Oh.
In other news,
Right. In other news
Where the
today.
fuck did Whitehill go?
right here. I just went off frame.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
All good.
Hey, I noticed you brought your tools from home.
Oh, yeah. My wife doesn't need them. She's not what you'd call a working woman. And well, I have no son to continue to work at home for her, so I took my best with me. And again,
And
he's
she-
just watching the mountain like he's looking for something.
She does her usual thing where she gets way too close because that's Celine. Just kind of sits, you know. I see. So you're really needing this job, huh?
Job's a job. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Sure.
Why do I think that Celine is gonna try and unionize these motherfuckers?
Because it's Celine.
Yeah, go do it. Makes it harder for the dragon.
I'm gonna
to get
say
benefits.
guidance on that if I could.
Yes, certainly.
Am I anywhere to around to observe this?
16?
No, you're kind of keeping an eye on the other three, just because they're,
Dang it.
you know,
No.
question marks.
Yes.
And you can't keep an eye on all four at once.
Yes.
Celine, you realize that his pick isn't a miner's pick. It's a war pick. He brought an actual weapon. And it is sharpened, it is well cared for, and it looks like he's waiting to swing it at something.
Interesting.
Could I be blunt? Unlike the pig?
Dadum.
Go ahead.
You look like you're looking for a fight. You're
I
not
am.
looking to die, are you?
Not
With
before
that
I take
rare
some
amount
of them
of
with me.
insight that Celine has.
Not before I take at least a few of them with me.
Can I ask who?
There's a tribe of lizard folk around these parts. More up towards the mire itself. I didn't always used to work this job alone. But lizard folk don't care about how young or how old someone is. If they kill it, they eat it. I just want to get one good swing at a couple of them. If I go down with them, so be it. Wife's better off anyway.
Celine
Anyway,
is gonna look him up and down for a second. And then you see her just kind of shake her head. I don't think that's a good idea.
and he just kind of walks away. Back towards the
Yeah,
carriages and
as
just
he's
climbs
walking
up.
away. I don't think you should be out here. We'll take care of the lizard man.
He kind of just glances back at you, not even fully turning to look at you, just kind of over the shoulder, like barely. He may have caught you in his periphery, but you're not thinking so. As he just climbs up into the wagon.
Hi.
Saloon. Yeah, you see her. You see her leaning. Saloon, like she's like whispering to him, even though there's nobody else around. You make sure he doesn't do anything silly, okay?
Saloon looks
you
at
have-
you like,
Like, bitch, what the fuck can I do?
Yeah, I'm a bird. Just keep him away from doing something silly. If you have to, take away his pickaxe while he's sleeping, maybe a good idea.
All right, motherfucker, me with my 1 ounce body.
I know, right? What? So weirdly, Saloon can carry up to 20 pounds, I believe.
The fuck?
Yeah, D&D is a dumb game. I've already talked
Super
about this before.
strong
That
bird.
this size hummingbird, 20 fucking pounds.
No, it's only 15
Easy.
pounds, which is still more than enough.
Easy.
Easy.
Like this bird could carry a dagger and drop it in your chest.
Yeah,
Fucking
D&D is
greatsword.
a silly
Great
game
sword is
sometimes.
6.
Thank
Well,
you for the
Yeah,
idea.
Saloon could technically wield the greatsword.
Well,
He wouldn't
he
have
could
proficiency in it,
he could
but
carry one and kind of flutter it around.
He
No, you
can
could carry
mortar
one and
bomb
just
someone.
drop it on someone's
familiars
chest.
can't take attacks. That is true.
You can mortar someone.
But do please remember that Saloon is not just a normal hummingbird. He is technically a familiar.
He is the Lord of Storms. Thank you.
Right.
Lord of Storms can orbital drop something on you.
Yeah, exactly. He is
all right,
a
dear
HQ.
DM. He's a face / celestial DM. The
He
type
is
I
a
do not know.
celestial.
Okay.
That's why he is a lord.
He is the Lord of Storms. I mean, he is the
What, would be a
strongest of
prince if he was a
hummingbirds.
fae?
Hmm?
Would be a prince if he was a fae, something like that?
Yes.
Probably a
Okay.
god, honestly.
But
Fair
Yes.
titled like that.
you guys continue on the rest of the day. Nothing else really happens.
Excuse me, I'm just hearing bangs. I'm about to stab.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was hearing bangs. What the hell?
That was probably the vehicles outside. We had a bunch of vehicles pass by.
Well, White
No,
Hill is on
White-
the other side of the world. And he was hearing bangs in his house. I wonder if his mom's on the warpath.
Uh-oh.
It was not a pretty sight when I saw it.
I mean,
but
I thought Celine had mommy issues.
you
Too
guys
soon.
continue on
Too
for the rest
soon.
of the day. No issues. You guys, when you camp, however, the wagons stay on the road. And you guys kind of set up camp towards the mountainside. And there's not a lot of room. And there's not a lot of space on the other side. It's about 100 feet at most until a drop off. And it's not a very steep drop off yet. You're still in hill country, but it is a drop off. Y'all good, White?
Yeah.
I apologize. I thought someone broke into my house and I was about to go stabby.
I mean, fair enough.
All good, dude.
I mean, there is a gun right behind my head. It's on the shelf.
Like, I had just like 3 hard bangs right behind me.
Yeah.
Like behind me or around me, I don't fucking know, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to stab someone.
But so you guys get to your campsite for the night, and you guys have to kind of camp towards the lee of the mountain.
Alright.
There's not a lot of room. Normally, you guys can spread out pretty far. However, it seems that the people on the carriages are kind of camping really cluttered together. It's not comfortable. You're on mostly rocky outcroppings. Not anything huge, but like it's a lot of gravel. And a lot of just natural stones that have fallen from the mountain over time. But I mean, hey, it's a place you can sleep.
Yeah.
Anyone taking watch?
Yeah.
I'll take first watch.
I'm gonna say Celine isn't sleeping tonight since she slept yesterday.
Okay. So Whitehill, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Full fuck up mode. 12.
The only things you notice is that Celine isn't asleep. She's kind of staying up. But you also notice that James isn't asleep either. and he's actually kind of watching the road ahead of you, even though he really can't see, despite the fact that his lantern is actually kind of. You realize it's a bullseye lantern, and it's actually facing, and like the light is straight out ahead of him. And he's leaning, and he's got his pick, like kind of leaning on it as he's just staring into the darkness.
I walk up beside him.
He's got a good choice in
Casually.
lanterns.
I walk up beside him. I sleep.
Something like that. We're closer. Every day we get closer. Another 4 days and we'll be on the hill that overlooks the mire.
Closer to what, mate?
Danger. Though, we already seen a troll. I doubt we've seen the last of anything. There could
That
be.
fucking bastard. That fucking bastard whacked me with its own leg. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. You fought well.
Well, I literally was bred for it, apparently.
Wish I was bred for fighting. Might have been helpful back then. But.
Alright. I lean my sword against the wall, sit down next to him.
You find a stone.
Right. You have this old thing about you. And you're looking to fucking die. That's the vibe I'm getting. What happened? Because if someone's getting the tea, at least I'd like to know first.
I'm here hunting lizard folk.
Right, fair enough. I respect a hunt. Have it any particular reason?
Ate some of us last time I was on this job.
Warpath, revenge,
Yeah,
all that.
something like that.
Right. I know about lizard folk, right? Like they hunt to eat. They kill to eat. Right. You were here to do a job. You know you kill some lizards.
If
If you don't trudge out by yourself and be stupid and get yourself killed, you survive. You take them with you. You don't take them with you. You take them and you stay here. You live for your folks that you lost, right? Keep on living. That's the best way you can repay them. You lived, they didn't. That's nature.
He turns and looks at you, and you see him grip that war pick, which you know what it is instantly. He grips the war pick a little tighter, and he just kind of shakes his head. Nah. That's not how this goes.
And tell me how it goes. Please indulge me.
Well, I'm going to get to that mire, and I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to kill every last lizard folk I fucking find. And then I'm going to go to the next godforsaken swamp. I'm going to kill them there. I'm going to go to the next one and kill them there. And I won't rest, and I won't die until every last lizard folk is dead.
All by your lonesome.
If I fucking have to.
Like, is this dude just a regular dude that has a fucking suicidal thought?
He's a commoner. He looks a little stronger than most of the average people, and he looks a little bit hardier. But he also looks like he's pretty much
On a warpath.
Oh yeah, you recognize blind vengeance when you see it. In fact,
Right.
actually, I want you to roll me an Arcana check.
No advantage because of Hunter's Bane, just in case.
Actually,
Gotta ask.
yeah, Hunter's Bane would apply here.
Right.
With a natural 20, you know for a fact that if he were to die with this much vengeance on his mind, he would 100% come back as a white. And continue killing lizardmen until he was utterly destroyed.
Right. So I get up. You know, when I get angry, some bad stuff happens. That's why I try to control. When I can't, that's why I wear what I wear. You've seen me walking around during the day, eh?
Yeah. I thought
Right.
that's what they were making you wear.
Oh no, I do it by myself. I know I can be dangerous to others. And right now, and I lean, like my snout going like over his shoulder. Now, you're being a danger to yourself. I grab him by the neck and pin him to the wall.
Go ahead and roll me an athletics check. Because he is going to try and resist.
Come on. 19.
Well, miracles
I
can't
have a
happen.
+9 to this shit.
He does resist you at first. But as soon as you lift him, all his momentum is kind of grabbed away.
Fuck. I pin him to the wall. Like,
If you keep going like this, you're gonna die. You're gonna be no good to anyone. And then you're gonna come back. And then guess what? I'll have to kill you. I don't want to kill you. So,
and I bashed him against the wall, non-lethally.
Mm-hmm.
I bashed him against the wall, just to try and knock him out.
He does stay conscious.
Okay, so one bash.
you're not. You're gonna look me in the eye and tell me you're gonna be smart about this.
He looks you in the
If
eye.
not, I'm gonna. Yeah.
He looks you in the eye and he simply says, I was no good to the son I lost. I don't care if I come back, so long as I can keep killing lizardmen.
Bash him again.
And still
Your
conscious.
son wouldn't want you to die for nothing. He's dead. He won't come back, mate. But you can make his memory mean something. Some fucking thing!
Rattlegast and Wolfenite, both roll me wisdom saves. Celine, you do hear that.
Wisdom? Okay.
Wisdom saves?
Yes.
To see if you stay asleep.
Oops.
Basically.
Wolfenite, you're out. Rattlegast, you're up.
I pop outside.
You see Gar holding on to James. And you watch as now James swings a war pick at Gar.
I bite my tongue.
He's still gonna try. He already had disadvantage because technically he's grappled.
Fair.
He nearly gets you with it, all things considered, as apparently he has a little bit more strength than you originally thought. But
So
Um,
Celine, going,
yeah.
whoa, 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 because I heard this.
Yep. Gar, you
Stop. We're all friends here.
Rattlegast?
Rattlegast is gonna grab Gar from the back, kind of like hold his arms in.
I mean, I have one arm like around his.
Yeah, he's like kind of trying to pull you off of him.
All right. Go ahead and roll me.
I will resist.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an opposed athletics checks. Celine, as you come up and say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, we're all friends here."
So Rattlegast, you can take that one, but you do have a reroll.
I still rolled a 10. I still rolled a 10.
I'm gonna re-roll it.
So
gonna re-roll it.
here's the thing. Rattleghast does have a reroll.
Roll the
Okay,
10
he
as
gets
well.
an actual 10.
So, Rattleghast, you grab on, and at first you're like, ah, shit. Guard, you turn and look because you're not expecting it, and then he actually does kind of pull you back a bit. The confusion it creates is going to give James another swing.
Fair.
And I'm just saying, calm down, Gar. Calm down.
And again, he misses you with the war pick, but it gets close to your face this time. Celine, as you run up and say, we're all friends here, you hear a voice. What the hell is going on?
I just, as I have my hand around James's throat, I take it off and just whack him in the face.
Go ahead and roll a unarmed strike.
And unarmed strike is what, strength plus proficiency?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a greatsword attack because the same number.
Okay.
You know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
7 points of damage.
So you punch him. He's still standing, but he's bleeding profusely from the nose. As he just kind of...
Sleep about it. We'll fucking talk in the morning. Second attack, backhand him.
You go to make your second attack. I need you to roll with disadvantage because Ardred has come up and he has grabbed you. So you still manage to clock him, and he does drop to his knees and is fighting for consciousness, but goes under. Ardred, meanwhile, grabs you and slams you against your cart. And
I shove Ardred.
Oh.
And Ardred turns and looks at you.
He has a temper. Stand back, you fool.
As Ardred's like going, like pushing me against the cart, I just go. I look down at him, put my muzzle on, calmly.
It's not that far of a look down. He's about 6'5".
So,
but I still
Celine
look down at
coming
him.
in, it's like,
And
look,
calmly
he's
put it
knocked
down.
out. He's in a muzzle. Please, Ardred, stop. We'll take care of it all. Stop.
What?
She's just throwing both of her hands out. Like,
If I may speak
What?
for myself,
Yes. What the hell is going on over here?
that crazy bastard.
Obviously, our
That
friend...
crazy bastard is in a warpath.
Yeah, I know.
As I look to the unconscious back.
Yeah, Ardred kind of looks at James. Yeah, I know. Lost his son last year on this same job, eaten by lizardmen. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He told
Trying
me.
to talk some good sense into him.
Can't
I don't
believe
want.
that.
Yeah, the thing is, you know what happens if he goes there, right?
Oh yeah, he's gonna die horribly.
And he's gonna come back if he dies.
Well, that's not our problem. That's the lizardmen's problem.
It is mine.
Look here, dog.
Call me dog one goddamn time.
And I like tense.
You see him just kind of tilt his head. You're not the first Knoll I've killed. Now,
Well, I'm gonna be the first one that tosses you over the fucking cliff. Manage your fucking tongue.
he just kind of smirks.
I position myself behind Ardred.
Now,
I'm glad I'm asleep.
let's be very clear here. You're on this group because you're with them. And he kind of points to, just in general, mostly towards Celine, because he knows where she is. You're not going to make trouble in my caravan, or you're out. Trolls can have
I never was hired by you. I'm here of my own fucking volition. Much.
Right. And I'll run you out with me and the rest of this caravan if I have to.
Celine putting her hands up, like, between the two. She'll step in between the Knoll and Ardred. Listen. His volition says we're all friends. She has both of her hands up. Listen, please. I'll take care of it. And can I roll persuasion on that?
Sure.
I have this, Ardred. I have this.
Persuasion, go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and use the gift and guidance.
Go ahead. 18
So 18 plus
D4.
1d4. That's the best way to make people not use guidance. Make them
Nice.
roll it. 21.
So Ardred just kind of looks down at you and nods. I'll say it once more. No fighting in my caravan. Save it for the monsters when they come knocking. And
Your boy James, this gentleman here, really needs that same conversation. So when he awakes, I hope you'll take care of that.
oh, I'll take care of it. And he grabs James's unconscious body and slings him over his shoulder. Just about almost as easily as you do it, Gar. But you know, he is still human. And he just nods his head.
Thank you, Ardred. I appreciate that. He has some trauma that needs dealt with.
Yeah, well, his wife's been
As
trying
people
for
do.
the better part of 2 years, and I've been trying for the better part of 1. He wasn't
Well,
stable before he lost his kid. In the meantime,
Fucking tie him up, and I'll behave.
I ain't tying anyone up. If he wants
Until
to
he
go
sees
get
it.
himself killed, that's his business.
we'll get to that, but for now, please talk to him, Ardred. I don't want anybody dying. We're here all for the same reason, right?
No, we're not. I'm here.
Yes, we are. You hired us to protect the workers.
He's not a
He is
worker.
technically a worker.
He's not. He's not on this payroll. He's just a traveler.
Well, then you need to handle it like you had a traveler paying for you. And Celine crosses her arms there. It's like, look, you're a grown man. You know what you signed up for.
He just shakes his head and wanders off.
Now, for you, she says, turning on Guy, why'd you hit him? I mean, he had it coming, but I was nervous, but why?
Are the other workers here?
They're asleep.
Was he spying on
Wow.
us?
No, he wasn't. And Celine's gonna explain what happened earlier, how she's, talked with him and everything.
So,
Listen,
Rattlegast, you
James
know
has-
that James has something wrong with him, and Celine does describe what he was doing before the fight, which was just staring off into the road ahead, which his lantern is still facing that way, illuminating the road ahead.
His fights with lizards, other green people, not. She waved her arms.
Well,
Not you or
basically,
Saloon.
Rattleguest, if I might. What happened? His son was killed a year back. There's a man attack. Apparently, from what Ardred said, his wife and himself have been trying to get him better for a better part of 2 years. Even
So he wants
before.
revenge.
He wants fucking revenge.
Then why
if he
stop
does-
him?
Well,
He's gonna die if he goes.
If that's
And-
how he chooses to spend his life, what's the problem with it?
The problem is, you know
Oh, excuse me, not a
How?
white, a revenant.
You know how undeath works.
Or an Arcana
Yes.
check. You know that
15.
there's many undead creatures in the world. You know that
You were
ghosts
traveling
are
with a
thing.
bunch.
Yeah, you know ghosts are a thing. You know zombies are a thing. You kind of have an idea about how they're created. Anyway,
And-
continue on, Gar.
If he died like that, like an idiot, with that much hate in his fucking heart, he's gonna come back. Revenant, spirit of vengeance. Against the lizard folk, granted. But if anyone innocent gets in his way, they die too.
So you wouldn't just kill lizardmen then?
He'd kill whoever would be between him and his quarry. Innocents included.
I mean,
And my fucking job is to make sure that doesn't happen.
Did you explain that to him?
I was trying a tough love approach. Before he started to,
Maybe
swing a pick at me. I don't give a
if
fuck if he did hit, but
I'm sorry, Nar, but I think that
nah,
you're
I'm sorry.
sorry, Gar, but I think that your particular proclivity makes it difficult for you to understand the hearts of men. Revenge is a powerful thing. It
Oh, I
can
know.
blind you from reason. But
I know.
maybe if he understood that he could do what has happened to him to another, he could rethink his actions. Or I hate the idea of wasting time, but if we're all set on this, and
I mean,
Rattlegas looks over at Celine and kind of is like weighing her how would you put that? Resolve? Like how invested she is to the situation?
Mm-hmm. Resolve is a good way to
so
put it.
Celine, you notice, is like her usual self, super invested in saving everybody, which is usually a bad call. And that includes James here.
And Rattlegas kind of looks a little bit like, I don't know, strained, I guess, as he kind of gets where she's at with it and says, we could offer assistance.
I don't want
in
anybody to die. Maybe he can make friends with the lizard men.
They are
She's
not
completely
friendly.
naive.
There are
Hey,
some
God, just
friendships that are genuinely impossible, Celine.
Guard just pipes up and like, lizard folk are not very talkative to one that is not their own.
But all they want to do is eat people. I mean, I'm just sure we can find some common ground. And then
The
she
thing is,
looks at both of you, and you could tell that she's completely like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm gonna try.
please don't.
Sometimes,
They
Celine,
eat
accords
so,
cannot be found.
She looks
magic.
really uncomfortable with the idea that there is people in the world that she cannot save.
Magic is a thing that may happen, but there's always side effects to that.
There's no side effects to magic. You're silly.
I mean, I might be, but I know that most magic is permanent.
I agree. Gar is silly.
Even I agree. Fucking hell.
But what I mean is, at least maybe we can keep the boy from picking a fight. Because I
Did he
really,
drop his pickaxe when he went unconscious?
No.
Damn!
Not.
Grip of steel!
Yeah.
maybe we can keep him from, getting in trouble. And maybe, maybe he'll be okay. We just have to
Well, I've tried my part. Was interrupted midway.
Well,
So,
in my defense, I didn't understand what the heck you were doing. You were bashing a man against our cart.
oh no, against the fucking stone wall is better.
Yeah, I really wanted you to stop hitting him because that's not.
Well, I
That's
wasn't gonna
kind of
kill him if I
mean.
wanted.
She says, putting her hands on her hips.
First of all, your judgment does nothing. Second,
So you say, Mr. Uncomfortable Giggle Wolf Man.
I'm uncomfortable around people when it revolves around my job. Well, get
Well,
serious.
I am part of said job now.
Not that job. The hunter job.
Well, I'm also part of said job. I'm a really good hunter
No.
too, you know.
No, you are not.
Yes, I am. And she, with that, she
Right.
like
Right.
tries
So
to
you
look
want
as
so you
tough
want
as
so you want to
possible.
take so you want to take my potion then?
Well,
Oh, don't offer her that, you idiot. She's gonna
Not
take
not
it.
not the drugs. Not the drugs.
what I mean is that I've been hunting a very, very important enemy too. I mean, why am I here with the rest of these?
To
You know, when
save
she
the
looks
world, says Serial as he is now leaning against the cart.
exactly. I'm here to save the entire world. You're here to hunt one thing. You're kind of a pussy. She's full on like happy.
Wolfenite,
God just
Wolfenite,
Literally can't control himself. He is on the ground laughing.
Wolfenite, roll another wisdom save.
God does a confused dog look like.
You're,
Finally got high enough, I
yeah,
hope.
you hear Rattlegast laughing hilariously.
What? It's in my watch, yeah? What?
Go back to sleep.
Okay.
Right. I'm not here hunting one specific thing. Making sure threats from the other side don't come. Start
There's a
wreaking havoc. Is my job.
there's apparently a threat from the other side in the form of roar. You know, like
Oh no, that one is very much high up on the list. You know,
I mean,
like
there's
it's
dragon.
right here. It's right here. No, number one.
Exactly. So that's the one we should be focused on.
Oh,
And
I
in the
am.
meantime, let's not let a guy get into a
Oh,
silly
I
fight
am.
with lizardmen because they're like
I am.
dragons
That's-
on
That's the
that
second
haven't
job.
eaten.
That's the second job. If I can prevent, you know, dead people rising, demons coming in from tears, or you know, fucking fairies coming from whatever fucking mushroom stool they can and dragging everyone up.
All right, well,
I
you
will.
have your hunts, but I'm trying to save the entire world. Why don't we focus on that? And then you can worry about your petty. And Celine does like this hand wave motion, whatever that is.
Serial just reaches over and puts a hand on your head, Celine. That's not the way to do this. However,
Yes, it is, because this. And she points at Gar.
Serial holds his
You
hand
have
up.
not realized
You
somebody who will
misunderstand.
stand up to you.
You misunderstand.
I don't care whether I misunderstand. That's not the point.
No,
It
the
very
point
much
is,
is.
the point is you're not helping. Gar.
I'm not helping. I'm not here to help Gar. I'm here to tell you what needs to be said. You're here to help everybody. Do you understand, Giggle Wolf Dog?
Serial just kind of shakes
Oh,
his head.
Serial, you were saying?
Gar, you can't stop humans from being humans. It's best not to try. He becomes.
You can, but I don't like the method.
He just bonks you on the head. Again, not helping.
Ow.
You can't stop humans from being humans. However, when he crosses into being something other than human, if I remember
Right.
correctly. That is when he becomes your problem. Until then,
Preventative
let it alone.
medicine's a thing.
Right. Guess I'll have to kill him in the fucking future.
And I'll help.
That is my. Ow.
You kind of deserve that.
No, I didn't. Your
You did.
giggle wolf dog doesn't know what he's talking about.
You kind of deserve that. And actually, Gar, fucking you said Nar. It's stuck. Fuck you, David.
It is kind of gnar.
He actually gets on one knee to get on your level and goes picks up your hand and bonks himself on the head with it.
She looks completely shocked. I didn't mean to.
I'm also a fucking stubborn bastard. Don't worry.
Look,
I try to
she-
help people who can't help themselves. It's a fucking problem.
she does that thing where she again grabs your face, but very gently. Look, I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be mad, but there's a world of a lot of hurting people, and
Before
I
you
just want
end,
to
I
help
just grab your
everybody.
face and give you a headbutt, like a loving headbutt.
Oh, she's not very strong.
Serial yawns. I'm going back to bed.
I go pick up my sword, pick up the lantern, bring it over to the guy that hauled the body, and put it down. Good night.
Ardred is at his wagon. You notice that James is with the Red Wizard, and the Red Wizard seems to be treating his wounds. Which you realize that, all things considered, he doesn't have many. He's unconscious, but I mean, it's just a nosebleed and probably a headache, maybe a minor concussion. But I mean,
Two teeth. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I go over, put the lantern down. Good night. And I keep mumbling to myself, I can't help. Fucking invested, I can't help themselves. Reason hyena.
But the rest of the night goes by uneventfully. And as you guys wake up in the morning, prepared for another day of travel, that's where we're going to cut it for the night.
The chaotic good response to an aggressive character.
Yeah, somebody needs to call him out on it. But I'm totally in the wrong because it's Celine. That's the way it goes.
Yep.
Like the chaotic good response for an aggressive character is like, bitch, get to your senses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. But anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. It has been a fantastic episode. Lots of great roleplay. Lots of great roleplay, lots of fun. Thankfully, no combat yet. But
minor combat.
yeah. Well, we've got 2 days, and according to James, there's only 4 more days until you guys reach the mire, or at least a hill that overlooks it, and then from there it's only 3 more days to get to the roadhouse. But thank you guys so much, and just as a reminder, wrapping up for our post-game shekels. Definitely go look at the Bearded Bard on TikTok and go support him and his family through their Etsy store, Tri-Peak Goods. There are now only 47 hours left in the Dungeons of Drakkenheim campaign, and I know I'm super excited about it. I hope the rest of you guys are too. And definitely go support if you can, even if you can't. Just spread awareness in any way you can. Share it with your friends. Share it with on your Facebook groups or on your Twitter page. Just help get the word out there. Because they, the dungeon dudes care about D&D and really worked their magic here. I can see all the tender love and care that went into this, and so I definitely want to support them and help them make their dream of contributing something awesome to D&D a reality. Also, don't forget, guys, that next week will be Seas of Odari, and we will be continuing that epic high seas adventure. Also, in September, I will be streaming on Sunday mornings. I may add another stream day to the list. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I am looking for more players to join Friday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. for a Explorer's Guide to Wildmount campaign. It definitely has been a lot of fun, and I can't wait to continue it, and I hope that you guys are ready. Maybe, this is your chance to explore the world of Critical Role before we get our Legends of Vox Machina. Oh, which reminds me, those of you who did support them on Kickstarter all those years ago, if you live in the U.S., we are all our rewards are shipping at the end of August, so we should be getting them sometime in September. If you guys want, I can and will be doing an unbagging or unboxing of mine on my TikTok, definitely. But if you want me to do a live stream for it, I totally will happily do so. Just leave your yes or no in the comments below, or, wherever you're watching this, as I will post this to YouTube as soon as I am able. But thank you all so much for watching. It has been a fantastic campaign. Unfortunately, Mason lost power at his place. And it seems that Eric, unfortunately, lost internet service at his place. And I'm sure you guys saw my lights flicker. Nevada is a little tricky right now. But
Little
Yeah.
spicy.
we made it through. Okay.
Nevada's a feisty mistress.
But this has been another fantastic episode of Tyranny of Dragons, and I couldn't do it without my fantastic cast of characters and of my dear friends. Immediately to my right is Mr. Matt, who plays Wolfenite, our Circle of the Wildfire Druid.
Hi guys. To explain the electricity, there's a lot of lightning and thunder outside.
There is indeed.
Fun.
Hopefully, it
Fun.
helps put out all them fires.
Tamarack's under over 50% now.
Oh, thank God for
I
that.
will take more than 50%.
Oh,
Yep.
they
Like
expect
a
it to
lot
be
more than
fully out by
50.
next month.
Let's just hope this speeds that up.
Yep. Also, for those of you wondering why I'm scratching and combing my hair with a fork, it's not a fork, it's a dingle hopper, you uncultured swines. Immediately to my left is my brother David, playing Rattlegast, our half-orc rogue.
There's a way to kill everything.
There is indeed. Underneath me to the bottom left is Mr. Whitehill, playing Gar, the Mad Dog, our Knoll Bloodhunter.
I do have a heart. I just have a hard time showing it. I don't like people. People don't like me. But I try.
Good foil for Celine. You're good foil. That's perfect. She needed one.
And then, of course, last but certainly not least, is our lovely Callie Cat playing Celine the Stargazer and Saloon the Lord of Storms, who definitely needs something.
Well,
We definitely need to
mostly-
stop giving me trauma. Jesus.
Celine is going to say that despite everything that happens, despite what happens with your family, etc., give your mom a hug.
I certainly agree. And then, of course, Mr. Mason playing Serial, our Wood Elf Rune Knight, and Mr. Eric playing Jay, our Way of Mercy Monk, or Way of the Open Hand. I think it was Way of
Mercy.
Yeah,
Mercy,
Mercy.
pretty sure.
But
He can heal you by punching you. He's Mercy.
Yep. But anyway, I have been Dr. John Wolfenstein, your Master of Dungeons, and this has been another episode of Tyranny of Dragons, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Thank you for running.
Night.
Bye-bye.